I'm a complete idiot. I was trying to stop my local recording and I hit the stop record button. I am a complete idiot. Let me just make sure my YouTube stream is back up and going. Yep. Gotta love it when I hit the wrong button. It happens all the time. Just be glad it's not the self-destruct button. Oh, spawning. Greetings everyone, and Grade here. As spawning on the top right side. Yep, that's yep, I will be posting on YouTube, maybe not the one with the bad audio. It was a relatively short match anyways, but either way, spawn on the top right side as the British player, we have use hack equals Chinese pig. And spawn his teammate as the US player, we have Death Machine. Spawn the opponent, we have Wehrmacht player, did you fuck my wife? The short answer is yes, the long answer is yes, and the middle answer is yes. And his teammate as the Wehrmacht player, we have XPEHBAM. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Yep, I do have a YouTube channel. If you check in my what's it called? The Twitch profile, I do have a link there to both my YouTube and Rumble. Now I don't really do much for Rumble. I'll just start uploading videos there, let it automatic upload sort of thing, and let whatever audience may grow there grow. It takes a bit of time for Rumble to grow since it's not really algorithm based. And that's sort of by design, it's not algorithm based. We do got a support weapons center here, so it looks like it's opting out of rifleman. And we do have the HQ truck pushing far forward. Maybe I need to set up on this northern right here.
Naval company has the point.
Pioneers don't receive a whole lot of damage there.
Capture complete. The point is Army now.
Over here, we got the
Weapons team ready.
30 cal. I keep on wanting to see MG42. Push his way forward.
Okay, give me eyeball.
Munitions point being captured on up. We do have a Pioneer advancing. May get some good damage down on the Engineer. All depends on the angle. Or going straight for the VP. US Engineer immediately pulls off the line. Trying to get the light cover there in order to get better engagement. And now we've got Scope Rifles push his way forward. Best not use the designated marksman on a two-man squad. And also, they're largely missing those Pioneers. Now we're getting some good hits there. One of the Pioneer models do go down. This wire off all that heavy cover. And the Engineers do capture that munitions point there, though it is actually technically cut off. We do have these Engineers falling back, Volksgrenadiers and Schimwagen in pursuit. One model goes down, one model remains. Still potentially go down. The Schimwagen maybe in hot pursuit trying to wipe out that squad. 30 cal did drop a model there.
Lost.
Oh, yep, and looks like the Engineer unit did go down. Yep, last model went there. Went down right there, thanks to the Schimwagen.
Where go, engineers? We hold the point.
And the Engineers catching this
Germans
points.
are
We've got
seizing
this
territory from us.
Bren carrier loaded up with Tommy in the back. Doesn't look like there's scope rifles there, so this is the unupgraded squad.
Weapons team ready.
And another 30 cal has employed him now, so he's gone for 2 30 cals, 1 sniper. Sniper does get a hit there on his Volksgrenadiers. 30 cal sitting on up. Schimwagen trying to hunt that sniper, but also trying to avoid the 30 cal. Up north, we do have the... Okay, that was an MG bunker being deployed there, not a slit trench. Brand carrier advancing. Lots of pioneers here. 3 pioneers. Are they all from the same player? Getting some good damage there. That pioneer squad will need to fall back. This pioneer does hop out. Does put in the vehicle there with the Brand carrier. Damage engine and still has his button. And the motorcycle will go down. Over in the middle, or bottom, I should say. We do got some Volksgrenadiers behind some heavy cover there. Getting some great damage there on that 30 cal. I still want to call it MG42. You don't really see 30 cals all too often. Sniper, however, received quite a bit of fire there from the Schimwagen. Good damage there on the Schimwagen by the 30 cal. This one needs to be reinforced, facing the wrong direction as well. Maybe set it up there so it doesn't get flanked. Up north, we do have this Pioneer captured at this point. And I just realized something. My YouTube recording is actually still unlisted. Whoops. Or a stream. I need to change that. And the 30 cal does receive quite a bit of fire there, including from a Wehrmacht sniper. Has 2 kills at the moment. US sniper still alive and is being revealed. Does take the Schimwagen there with the 30 cal. Does get the wipe there on that 30 cal. So this is what, there was 3 30 cals deployed. Now just 2 remaining. Wait, what? Brand carrier has gone in deep, trying to deal with these pioneers. Does get 1 wipe there. This pioneer will hop inside the garrison. And the Brand carrier has seen quite a bit of fire. They do drop off the Bren gunners. Looks like there is a Bren gunner. And we got Vet 1 support units upgraded. Looks like we may have a Grenadier to be deployed now. I doubt that's going to be... It is a Pack 38. I was going to say this is probably going to be a Grenadier, but nope. Predator is doing the self-repair ability.
Taking rifle fire! Construction is done. Good enough run.
30 cal does receive some hits there and will get suppressed. And this 30 cal likely gets pressed and sniped. Nope, just gets gunned down. This US sniper still engaging. Overall, pretty intense front line has been set up there
Enemy
by the
unit
Wehrmacht player.
down.
Enemy unit down. That must have been from the Brits. He must have got another Pioneer. Speaking about intense fights, we do got a very tense situation here for this Wehrmacht player. He's trying to hop inside the half-track. All he needs to get 1 model in there. There we go. Now he has suppression platform here. The Brand carrier is trying to repair itself and run away. I'm not so sure how effective a... Oh, Pack 38 will, however, be pretty good. Second shot has been fired, but looks like it rolled a miss. We got this sniper here. US sniper still alive, wounded.
Enemy unit down.
And nice counter snipe there. That will help the US. Oh wait, there's another sniper deployed on out. 5 kills on that one. I was gonna say killing off that sniper allows them to break the siege, but it does not. He is trying to get the kill there. Does lose a sniper there to the Schimwagen. Loses MG42. This is not looking good for the US player at the moment. The Brits in a good position, however. The Brits honestly should perhaps eye flanking these forces. He needs to help his teammate. His teammate doesn't have any riflemen, so he needs support. He can support, the US player can support the Brit can need support the US player. It's a 2-way street, but his the US play style is more or less not a standalone play style. Especially seeing how bad a position he's in at the moment. Getting some great damage there onto that Pioneer. Does fully wipe that Pioneer. You do also have a Piat squad here, not being loaded up in the back of the Brand carrier. Wehrmacht sniper advancing. Do we have another sniper here? No, he's going for the motor pool. He should have enough for fuel for a Greyhound, which he just needs perhaps a bit more manpower, and then he will have a way to crack that entrenchment. Volksgrenadier charge on forward, does receive some Piat fires shots there. Lieutenant receiving quite a bit of hits there, and will be falling back now. We do got a mine being deployed on out.
Enemy unit down.
And there goes the half-track followed into some Piets. We do got Vet 2 support units here. Not sure what he's going for. We've got some Volksgrenadiers deployed. Could use some Grenadiers, Volksgrenadiers, or any sort of infantry. Pack 38 will be nice, of course. And his teammate has deployed out his sniper. Decided to do a full retreat there with that sniper picking
Rapid
away.
deployment is a go. Initiate oversupply.
Okay, rapid deployment. That is armor. That's definitely armor. I always have to remember to not get that mixed up with defensive operations. So we got infantry. No doctrine selected just yet. No doctrine selected just yet. And no doctrine selected just yet. A lot of forces here. We do got something being built by the HQ truck.
Where do you want
30 cal has been claimed. That is not an MG42. Still. Wait a second. That wasn't a motor pool. That was a tank depot. We got a full Sherman now out on the field. That would definitely crack this front line. He may want to eye getting a 50 cal up as soon as possible. Gave some good hits there. With Mace, we will see a Panzerfaust there. We won't really accomplish all too much, honestly. Gets a bit of damage in, but nothing to really concern the Sherman tank. We do have a Wehrmacht landmine here. Oh, and looks like your prediction about M10s are wrong. You went for a full Sherman tank. We've got infantry section here. Piet's now running in on top of the Vet 2 flamer. Getting some great damage there with the scope rifles. Maybe should have used designated marksmen on that one. Deploy marksmen. More intersections making their way forward. We got Captain and Lieutenant in the region, but both the Piet squads are falling back, so are the officers. Sherman tank does not trip those landmines. It does have a minesweeper here. And this 30 cal has been reclaimed by engineers. Ooh, gotta be careful. That was pretty close. You never know when you may actually be in damaged engine range. Does get direct hit there on the MG42. The MG42 may go down. He could claim that to help support his 30 cals. The engineer does not go down, and the MG42 may actually escape out of this. Up north, we do got a Schimwagen Pack 38 and Flamer Pioneers, unvetted Flamer Pioneers, pushing the way forward. Got a Wehrmacht landmine there, as well as the MMG carrier.
We lost a sniper.
Oh, the Wehrmacht sniper went down. And we do got a Stug deployed on the field. That is a Wehrmacht landmine there, which could be a game changer in this, depending how this armor fight goes. The Sherman tank, he's going to get baited into the landmine. He got baited into a landmine. Very nice. One Panzerfaust does connect, but damage into there. No AT gun to support it. Does get a bounce there. Sherman tank has some health to help prolong his life, but losing the Sherman tank would be quite devastating, but does receive a bounce in return. May get a shot there onto the Volksgrenadiers. Sniper does not get the wipe there onto that 30 cal. Gets some great shots there with the Volksgrenadiers. Still going to be reversing away. It's ringing around the Rosie, around this house or barn. Fresh Sherman tanks out coming out on the field. Very nice. He needs that to engage this Stug. Got a full Sherman spam going on. He does have a casualty recovery bunker. No, that's from the Brit. We do got a Staghound deployed and out by the British player to support the Brennan carrier with MMG upgrade. And AT gun shot does hit the Staghound. But I think he was maybe an overheal. Stug is advancing, so second Stug has been deployed on out. He does have to be careful about the Sherman tank still. And that's the fresh Sherman tank. A bit wounded, but has less health than the Stug, apparently. Up north, we got the...
MG on me.
I know we... There's a Goliath. I saw it earlier, but there's still a Goliath right here. Good hits there on the Sherman tank. The Sherman tank will need to get on out there, being tied up a little bit by the terrain. And the road there will allow some better mobility, but nope, he does back off. Good hits there. And does use Allied War Machine on the Sherman tank. Could use the other Sherman tank to advance as well, but still has a damaged engine. It fully goes out of control there. Looks like the Schimwagen does go down there. And the Sherman tank is being repaired on up. There is a US landmine to help protect it from being overran. And the Volkswagen have received some fire. And now we got a full Staghound spam. First, there's a full Stug spam. 3 Stugs have been deployed on out, which should be able to engage the Staghounds no problem. All depends about the rear armor. For both sides, really. Of course, we got the fresh, replaced Sherman tank, the regular, the not so fresh Sherman tank. And looks like we will see a 3rd Sherman tank deployed on out, so there's going to be a lot of Shermans. Designated marksman has been both deployed. And I thought I heard a landmine. Yes, the Stug does find a landmine, but looks like nothing's collapsing on it just yet. Maybe the Sherman tanks are in pursuit. And this Sherman tank just got the engine repaired. Finds another landmine. That could be game-changing, having 2 landmines found like that. Let's get some shots off there. This Stug is a bit wounded. No minesweeper on the squad, so does not spot this landmine, nor this landmine. Sniper here, very far forward, able to spot this Sherman tank, spots the repairs. Up north, we've got the Staghounds now advancing. Ooh, that was probably the Goliath. Taking out 2 Staghounds. That is a big loss. This one receiving quite a bit of fire there from the anti-tank gun. We do got the Vet-2 mortar and the Vet-2 Flamer Pioneer. Another Pak-38 getting some good hits in as well. This one set up a good angle, both controlled by the same player, and fully out of control. So there goes all those Staghounds, largely thanks to a single Goliath.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Good mortar hits there. Still could potentially go down. Sniper does not get spotted. Both of these guys still have damaged engine, the full health, or not damaged ones right there. Here's through Reyna in, getting some good hits there onto the MG42 itself. Observation post has been deployed. And the engineers are just running on forward. Does spot that one landmine, but doesn't actually sweep it. What if he actually realizes he actually spotted it? This landmine, however, can be spotted. There's now M10 here. Shogs need some repairs. We got some repair bunkers being deployed on out. Likely this one as well. Yes, it is. Okay, why does my eye keep on winking? I need to recalibrate my VTuber model. Because my eyes are clearly open. I may need to calibrate that after this game. Repair bunker does come being deployed. We got a big firing line here. 3 Stugs, 1 anti-tank gun, and Ostwind. That one Ostwind. We got Allied War Machine. Getting some great hits there. One of the Stugs almost, or Sherman tanks almost goes down. Yeah, one Sherman tank does go down. Destroyed engine there on the M10 as well. We got another M10. Sherman tank does find a landmine there with the M10. Sherman tank does not get his engine damage, but we got the other one receiving quite a bit of fire there. Global repairs have been activated, trying to repair up the engine, the M10, while prolong the life of the Sherman tank. And he'll back off out of there. We'll find this observation post, getting some good damage on in. Shog's in pursuit, but they could potentially be flanked right now.
Attacking secure territory of the fatherland.
And does get a good hit there, getting damaged engine. Got the reinforcements coming to the rear armor of these forces. He should just start engaging, pincer them in. Takes out that Shug, 2 Shugs remaining.
Veteran seek gain.
Pack 38 is engaging. That 2 Shugs now available. And good rear armor hits there.
Secure territory of the fatherland. Our defensive propaganda campaign is now ready.
We got defensive propaganda now available. Or I should say, for the fatherland. Some hits are going to this bunker when he needs to start hitting these vehicles. Global repairs have been activated once again. Trying to prolong the life of this Sherman tank. These guys are going back on in as well. Great maneuvering. Have 2 assault groups keeping these Shugs off balance. These other forces can advance on in as well. Does get some good damage in. Does get some Panzerfaust off. Some more AT gun shots up north as well. Main gun destroyed on that one. Avoiding this AT gun. That one does go down. This Shug will likely go down as well.
Our opponent has 200 points.
But those Pack 38s are still a bit problematic. Yeah, so all 5 of these vehicles doing a great job circling the Shugs.
The enemy advances.
Does roll a bounce there. And trying to pierce back on away. This AT gun should have been moving this fight a long time ago. Just aim moving forward. And that Sherman tank is almost down. No, it does not actually go down. And now as these guys are going to try to fall on out of there, there does spot the Oswin, but made a good aim just to back on out. He's very far behind enemy lines. Has to worry about all the AT guns and potential landmines as well. Oswin does go down. And those are the Wehrmacht players are going back out of the game. Does find a landmine there with his M10. All these vehicles are quite wounded. Patrick does connect.
Perimeter. Our base is under attack.
And overall getting some great damage in. Okay, now my eye is not doing the winking. Now it is. So if I move my eye a little bit, my head a little bit downwards, it just starts winking. No, I'm not sure why it's doing. I'll need to recalibrate it. Something to put on out over here. We got a Panther, fresh Panther deployed now. Looks like he is backed out of this game. And the Panther tank's immediately getting overwhelmed by these forces. Does get damage into there by the Pack 38. And the M10 does go out of control. Good damage there onto the M10. Out of control there, so the US players are going to lose all of his forces, but the Axis players are down to a very little. And now we got Kangaroos being deployed on out. Let's take a quick look at the Brits and see what's loaded back in these Kangaroos. Scope rifles, Piats, Brents, and officers. His entire infantry force now loaded up on the back of Kangaroos. Charging on forward, getting some great damage in. Ripping apart some of these infantry squads. The Staghound does go down. And the Panther is severely wounded. And he does get the kill there. A lot of veterans just got buffed up. AT gun does get decrewed as well. That may have been a Goliath right there, and that is the end of the replay. This is Angry saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get on to the next replay, as stuff starts loading, I need to make sure I put my YouTube onto public, because right now it's set to unlisted. There we go, now it's public. And that one, delete that one, and on to this one. This replay's not really promising on the name of it. Sniper spam. Oh well, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Maybe we'll see how better to deal with sniper spam. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. So on the south side as more or less the AFK Panzer Elite, we have Testo. So on the north side as the US player, we have our Rambito. There we go. Kaliningrad starting to move. We've got another Panzer Grenadier deploying out. This map is a bit large. A second Kaliningrad wouldn't be half bad to help capture up some points. Let's just go for a pair of Panzer Grenadiers first.
Panzer Grenadiers have taken the field. Target captured.
Engineers capturing some more points along the right side. These engineers capturing up perhaps this munitions point. Yep, going straight for the munitions. Over here, just going still capturing just to the right side of the map. Got some fuel, got some munitions, and probably going for the standard point into fuel munitions. Over here, Panzer Grenadiers going for the central fuel point, eyeing to get some G43s as well.
Ready to move out. Auftragseingang.
Jeep of 30 cal has been deployed on out, roaming around. May say some hi to the Kaliningrad.
The munitions
Go
point
ahead,
has been
sir.
captured.
Ready to move.
Panzer Grenadiers making their advance, getting some good damage there onto the engineers. And also Jeep will spot the Kaliningrad and will start chipping away at it. Kaliningrad, of course, can't defend himself. Not even a handgun.
Ready to respond.
Panzer Grenadiers making their way forward. Maybe I get some damage there onto that
Ready to
Jeep.
move out.
Roval finally get some damage there.
You're ready for orders.
And the Kaliningrad is coming to the point. He was actually trying to eye repairing up that Kaliningrad. Getting some good damage there on to the Jeep. And the Jeep will be falling on back up north. We do have this fuel point being captured, this fuel point being captured, this munitions point is being captured up by a rifleman squad. You'll likely see another rifleman being deployed on out.
Munitions point captured. Panzer Grenadiers ready.
Panzer Grenadiers will be finding some good damage on the rifle on those engineers. The engineers, of course, will fall back. This point is being decaptured,
Ready.
but when he does capture it up, it won't be in supply. But of course, he will deny that fuel income from his opponent. Jeep started making his advance. He does fall back to a bit of this heavy cover. Pile of bricks seems like a pretty good heavy cover. Rifleman, of course, will be closing the distance. We're trying to get some point-blank shots in. Jeep is still getting some range damage in as these Panzer Grenadiers are to engage from the flanks. There are two windows on this building here. A lot of Rifleman's models have gone down. Panzer Grenadiers are still sticking around. Has two models remaining. Fresh, more Panzer Grenadiers are pushing their way forward. This Rifleman squad will need to fall back. Both the Riflemen and Panzer Grenadiers do fall back. Engineers eyeing for this heavy cover there. The Riflemen should eye for the heavy cover for themselves. And the Jeep is still trying to engage this Kaliningrad. Over here, engineers and riflemen do close the gap. He does utilize the suppressive fire ability there from the G43 squad. And we've got a flamer here. Lost the vehicle. Looks like Kenninggrad has gone down. The Jeep has gone down. Flamers have been deployed. Now the second G43 squad has been deployed out as well. And this sort of Flamer squad may need to fall back. They're severely wounded. One good shot and they're down. That was not a good shot. And it looks like these forces will be falling on back. And we do got the logistics company being deployed on out. And improves the logistics. Not really.
Go ahead, sir.
Panzer Grenadiers are making a soft retreat away from those riflemen.
Form up.
This Panzer Grenadier squad is capturing this point. The G43 squad is going to eye some heavy cover there. This squad could absorb the shots, allow the G43 to do more damage. And we eyeing staying in this heavy cover. Very nice.
Upgraded defensive operations.
He does, of course, have defensive operations.
Protect our munitions
Camp
from
Group
enemy
Company.
advances.
Oh wait, I think he has the Camp Group Company being cancelled there. Oh, he is going to improve his logistics. Maybe going for a 233 upgrade, or 223, not 233. The 221, of course, can capture points. Can be upgraded to a 223 to improve resource income, which could be very useful. All depends where he places it, and whether or not if he actually does use that.
Target has been secured. Squad ready for.
This G43 squad is sort of drawing these forces forward. The Flamer squad gets annihilated there. Focus firing there, annihilating that Flamer. No time to react. This Rifle squad could potentially go down as well. Down to one last model now. And that Rifle squad will get fully wiped as well. That's a lot of squad
The enemy
losses.
advances.
I cannot speak today. 221 has been deployed on out. We do also got a triage center being deployed. As much as I like to say triage center is a good idea, okay, that grenade could have been good. I say he may need to get out some more riflemen. He could get out some rangers or airborne as an alternative as well. Let's use suppressive fire ability there with the Panzer Grenadiers.
We are now capable of larger squads.
And he has gone for larger squads. Ooh, very nice. People don't usually go for that upgrade, but increases your damage and health by 25%. Though it's not exactly 25% for the G43 squads, but for the unupgraded squad it is 25%. And also for the STG squad as well. And not the Panzerschreck. But having extra health never hurts. Panzer Grenadiers are receiving quite a bit of fire there. The course does have the medics back at home, which will be very useful for that squad.
Territory.
As well as getting that fourth model. Rifleman squad does fall back. This engineer will likely fall back as well. He may stick around, try to capture the point if these Panzer Grenadiers were actually moving around. And he has actually locked down the sector. And that is the munitions sector being blocked down there.
Achtung, enemy forces are attacking our petrol
Based on
depot.
mini-map, it looks like potentially it was a fuel point, but it's actually the munitions because you can see here the rectangle and the 26. So going for a lot of munitions. Maybe he's want to use a lot of upgrades. He has 3 G43 squads. Maybe he's going to go for a doctrinal ability that requires a lot of
The enemy is
munitions.
seizing our territory.
Guess we have to wait and find out.
Target captured. Deploying the squad.
Kampfgruppe Company has reported in and is ready to be deployed.
He does get some Panzerschreck upgrade. Rifleman squad being trimmed on one at a time, which is not a good idea. And he's trying to throw a frag grenade. Does partially dodge it. And that Rifleman squad's going to be ripped apart. He can't be streaming Rifleman squads one at a time. He knows he's fighting against all these guys. He just can't just go in, charge him, deal some damage, and get down. No, with that many squads there, he received more damage than he will ever dish out. That's throw out another frag grenade there. Kills his own medic model. And looks like the Rifleman squad is trying to either capture at that point. This medic will cover a casualty there. Goes out another frag grenade there. But killing his own medic model there means one less casualty.
Elite the enemy's advances are now
So he's
available to Kampfgruppe.
So he's still pretty far away of getting another free Rifleman squad. Do of course have the Fallschirmjäger doctrine, so Luftwaffe ground forces have been deployed now. Do you have a Fallschirmjäger deployed squad being deployed now, and he has plenty of munitions with for the FG-42s. Let's go with the US player. No doctrinal lock-in just yet. And also the Fallschirmjägers are in the camouflage. They're fully camouflaged and soon to have their FG-42s. The rifle of the hunter who falls from the sky.
New recruits in, we're back to full strength.
US player has 3 squads of riflemen, does get his bar upgrade, which is going to be very important, dealing with all those Panzergrenadiers. Though the Panzergrenadiers Corps can pick up the bars for themselves.
Rifleman squad, front.
Of course, he does spot the 4-man squad there. And I think I'm going for a frag grenade. He does tend to go for a frag grenade there, but he does respawn pretty early. But does stop the capture at that point. Riflemen do hop inside this building here. He does find the Fallschirmjägers. Fallschirmjägers in full fire state. Now they've been released. Now he knows what doctrine his opponent has gone for. Stinging Violence have been deployed now, and his opponent is not going for light vehicles. It's not going to be really useful. Does throw a frag grenade there, completely whiffs against the Fallschirmjägers. So the Fallschirmjägers at the current rate will be fully wiped, which would be expensive loss.
Our forces are taking casualties. Enemy unit down.
He does take out that Fallschirmjäger squad entirely. Good damage all across the line. The Panzergrenadiers do get suppressed as well. Panzergrenadiers are in the capture of the left side of the map. The VPs are still in favor of the US player by a good
You're
margin.
losing a sector.
Standard Point has not been captured up yet, but it's not really critical at this moment in
We
time.
got a full combat load.
He will be decapturing the munitions point here and this munition points here. Overall, both sides exchanging map. Oh! And he didn't charge forward to finish them off. That was a big mistake there with the charging forward part.
We're taking fire here.
I just saw them exfiltrating out of the building and realized, oh crap. Riflemen do throw out a frag grenade, completely whipping. Riflemen are receiving quite a bit of fire there by these Panzergrenadiers, getting some good damage in, and these Rifleman squad are pulling back as well.
They got us covered. Taking fire.
No other buildings at the moment, not even a supply yard just yet. The US player is probably primed to go for an airborne style play, just calling airstrikes over and over and over again.
We're losing ground out there.
Panzergrenadiers are receiving quite a bit of fire there. They do fall back in time.
Rifle squad, all eyes and ears.
Looks like 2 casualties may have been recovered. I think that's 2, not 1.
Taking forward fire.
And speaking of casualties, there goes that medic.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them.
Supply yard is been deployed on out
We have a
now.
threat to our victory point.
And the VP is, of course, being decaptured. Do have a camp group company, logistics company, and an incomplete Panzer support command. So he may be eyeing for some short barrel Panzer IVs, maybe? Unlikely, though. Rifleman charging on forward, gets a good damage there onto the Panzer squad, but need to focus on the G43 squad. G43 squad is the squad that actually poses a threat to him. Fresh small machine makers here. So even I didn't realize it was there right there because they're camouflage state and probably that banner on top. Doesn't upgrade the FG42s there. The Rifleman squad will give her the bar. Does throw a frag grenade there on the Panzer squad, but does lose that squad entirely and has a bad retreat path there. And does use a suppressive fire build there, getting 2 more squad wipes. The US player is not in a good position. It may be a good idea to get out Rangers or rifle or paratroopers at this point in time.
We have the point.
It still has 3 squads of riflemen, 2 medics charging forward. It looks like they're going to be uncontested. Does hop inside this building there. And throws a... Oh, no, he didn't throw... Yeah, he does throw the frag grenade there. But didn't do a lot of damage. The models are quite far apart inside that building. G43 squads are being forcing back the riflemen. And this Panzer Grenadier does fall back. Fallschirmjägers and Panzer Grenadiers are kept on the north side of the map. The tickets are still pretty in favor in the US player, but the ticket counts on both sides are quite high. These 2 casualties will be reclaimed. That'll give them up to 5 out of 6 casualties. And so at the current rate of amount of squads he's losing, he still does need riflemen. Support weapons center being deployed now, likely for a sniper or 2. Frag grenade throw on top of Fallschirmjägers, getting 1 model there. G43 squad does retreat back, and there are these flamers burning the Fallschirmjägers.
Our forces are taking
And there goes that flamer engineer. That's not negative ground there, but still, no cover means no cover. And there goes another rifleman. Panzer Grenadiers could potentially pick up the this bar. It's hit or miss whether or not these squads can actually pick up a second weapon or not, it feels like. He does pick up the bar there. And does recover a casualty. 2 casualties being recovered now, so he will get his free rifleman to replace his
The
rifleman.
enemy is after our victory point.
And get 1 more casualty to boot. Second, or a flamethrower has been deployed on out. Still,
We have paratroopers circling the field. They're asking for drop coordinates.
and it's just I thought he would go for airborne. Maybe we should eye getting some observation posts on some of these mission points, just to, especially this one here, so we can call in more and more airstrikes. Putting one here won't pay out as much, but it will allow him to prevent this point from being cut
Operation
off.
posts report we are losing a sector.
Engineers taking heat. We're back in fighting straight. Point is ours. We're safe and locked down.
Engineers do get forced back there by the G43s. Not big surprise. Up north, we got this rifleman captured up this point. And those are butterfly bombs. Let's take a quick look at the Panzer Elite player. Okay, we do see butterfly bombs. That's it. The other line has what? This line, it continues. He gets the... It's not really a loader. It's actually an Overwatch called an HS-129B3s. And the other side, he gets out the Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Flak 88, and I forget what the last wide item was.
Must defend the enemy's advances from our victory point.
Gets a good damage there onto the rifleman. Over on the right side, we've got the Fallschirmjägers engaging the riflemen with only one model being firing back. Over here, these forces are getting some good damage in as well. So he does have 2 Fallschirmjägers,
Gain the momentum on the field.
5 Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Fallschirmjägers. That's a lot of infantry. He's just not deploying out light vehicles. And with the airborne player not getting out light vehicles himself, or any sort of vehicles, it's highly likely that he will not be able to use the strafing runs. Goes off frag grenade there, detonating a couple of the S-mines there, and so one of the S-mines actually got detonated because these engineer walked too far away and the mines recamouflaged, and loses that squad to a not S-mine, but butterfly bomb. Oof. Gotta keep the minesweeper nearby. Flamer Engineer does go down, just straight up loses it. Pendrax squad, however, will get overwhelmed by these bars. And these Pendrax squads won't be able to accomplish all too much since they're not fighting against vehicles. Minesweeper squad does go down, and US Sniper has one out. Veteran C1, Vet 4, or 4 kills. And some of these medics are coming back with some casualties. Or at least one. This one will not come back with anything. Comes back empty-handed. US Sniper does fall back. May see a kill there, but it's unlikely. Fallschirmjägers are advancing. Does lose one model there, and this medic will need cover casualty. If this one covers casualty as well, he will get a free squad. Does pick up a bar on with his FG-42 squad. Fallschirmjägers do fall back. That must have been a fresh spawn from this garrison. And that sniper will fall back as well. Does he have 2 snipers out? Yes, he does have 2 snipers out. Couldn't handle the Panzer Grenadiers. Immediately goes to a sniper span. Or not really immediate. Took quite a bit of time for that.
Man down! Find that shooter!
Fallschirmjägers are charging on. How many Fallschirmjägers are there? There are 4 Fallschirmjäger squads. Jeez.
Fallschirmjäger under fire! Taking action! Yes,
FG-42s are still. Fires a Panzerfaust, so does not get a hit there on the snipers. Was that 3 snipers? Yeah, 3 snipers have been deployed.
Given their lives for the homeland.
3 snipers, a significant amount of snipers. Maybe a good idea to deploy out another 2-2-1 just to gun down the snipers and hunt them down.
The skills are improving, but you still have a ways to go.
Though deploying out some more S-mines everywhere would really hit those snipers hard.
Henschel strafing runs can now be
He should not have gone for that. He should have kept his tickets up, his command points up until he actually did need to call it in. Because at this point, there is no reason to get it.
Allied sniper, what's out? Area secured. Victory point captured.
What's being called on in? Looks like some supplies.
Sharpshooter, find cover!
Fallschirmjägers will be falling him back. There are 3 snipers there. He cannot tangle with that anytime soon. He does have the 4-man squad upgrade, so that means he won't get squad wipes immediately. With that number of snipers, he may just need to blob and run them down.
We are losing ground.
Riflemen and Panzer Grenadiers do pass each other right there. He's going to be running down those snipers, that's for sure. He does immediate retreat there.
We must protect our munitions from enemy.
He may use his suppressive fire ability on one of these guys, perhaps on that back one. No, he doesn't. Oh, he does. Still slow there and does get a wipe there. Pantrax are engaging these machine gun bunkers. Very close to getting rid of them. Snipers are spreading the fire, not focusing out on any single squad. And we've got some butterfly bombs not being called on in. And he does not have a minesweeper in the region. Does have a paratrooper squad. Does pick up a MG an MG, a 30 cal. And now we've got these forces now rushing on in, getting some great damage all across the line, and that's going to be probably the end of the US player. Two incendiary grenades thrown at that HQ, and the squads and right there do get wiped. May just want to do a full retreat. And it's not current rate he's able to deal with that MG anytime soon, but he's going to give a good... Yeah, that was quite a bit of death there. He still has a significant number of squads out in the field, but he definitely got stayed around for too long. Did drop a bar there, but a lot of casualties on the ground. And he does not have his casualty recovery bunker anymore as well. He lost it to the Panzer Treks.
Grenadiers ready.
And the Panzer Grenadiers have captured the munitions point.
Corp ready.
I think FY means fuck you. But that's just a guess. I'm not very good with some of these acronyms. Not necessarily acronym, but oh well. Rocketman pushing their way forward, making some good damage there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Does draw a frag grenade there, and does largely avoid it. But simply just running around, pass up free damage to his opponent.
The enemy has 300 points. The feared Luftwaffe ground forces.
Looks like the Whirlwind's now available. And Whirlwind could be quite useful. He's bringing in some more paratroopers. He may need to get some repulsor rifles if he sees the Whirlwind. But he's pretty far manpower for the Whirlwind. Maybe better just go for a Panzer IV C. He knows this is against get airborne, that's for sure. And the central VP is not actually captured. He needs to capture that up to get a triple capture. No reason to prolong the fight.
Target captured. Securing fuel stores.
S-Mine's being deployed out somewhere.
Infantry.
Another strafing run, but that was a very pathetic strafing run. This would have been much better for a strafing run. He knows that since while snipers is supposed to be blowing up, does take out the 30 cal there. Rifleman overran. The 30 cal here is providing some good suppressive fire and supporting fire. Now it does get inside this building here. There's one window on that side. That's a poor building to sit up on. And we got the fortunate inside this building. There's no windows on the side and one on this side. He needs to get out on the far side and start getting this heavy cover. You got a bar picked up by that airborne frag grenade thrown. Relatively poor frag grenade there, and the Panzer Grenade's going to just rush on forward. 30 cal needs reinforcements. Does pack it on up. And this game's pretty much game. Minesweeper squad does go down, so now I can bring in some S-mines. More S-bombs are raining on in. Good damage there onto some of these structures as well. Yep, and now we've got some Pantrexes there. Yeah, might as well just back out of the game at this point in time. It's game. This map can be very problematic because that's a lot of heavy cover there as seen here. So that's a good firing line to say the least. And then Skies can reach all the way to the spawn, so... Yep. .30 cal won't be able to save all up for much longer. Rockman are just getting ripped apart, and that's just game. And he's backed out. Yep, takes up the MG, and yep. That is game. This is Zach Racing. Thank you for watching and signing off. On to the next replay. Oh yeah, there's one thing I want to do. It was calibrating my model because it seemed like my character was winking when it wasn't shouldn't be. I'm not so sure why, but I can do that later. And here we are to the next replay. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the US player. We have
Engineers here.
an AFK Biggest Master Troll. Spawn on the south side as the Panzer Elite player. We have Doming of is Ion. Is Ion? I have no idea.
Engineers, yep.
Still AFK? Is this replay? Okay, now it's fine doing something. Yep, being AFK for a minute can cause serious issues, such as the Panzer Grenadiers going straight for this cutoff point. It may be a good idea to go for a third engineer, just to spend your manpower. He needs the extra capping pressure at this point in time. And if he's paying attention to the map, he can also see this is also flashing red. Schimmelwagen's captured that standard strategic point, and he's probably going to try to hunker down on this part of the map.
They opened up on us! Rifle squad deployed.
Fresh squad of riflemen. Will we have a second one queued on up? Not at the moment just yet. Needs a bit more manpower. G-power being deployed on out. And engineers do fall back relatively quickly. Of course, it's the two Panzer Grenadiers here. One upgrade of a G43. Over here, we've got these engineers capturing this point. Maybe a good idea to send these engineers just to capture up all these points quickly, as these Panzer Grenadiers are starting to hunker up around this heavy cover. Kettingrad's doing a good job capturing some of these points. We've got these engineers being redeployed, supporting up the riflemen.
Jeep is in country.
Again, my eye is twitching. Why is it doing that? I need to recalibrate the camera. It seems like whenever I try to do calibrating, it works fine. Then all of a sudden, it's just not working fine. I don't know why. Engineers are receiving a bit of fire there by the riflemen and engineers. I'm going to say receiving quite a bit of fire. This engineers all advancing on forward. Jeep trying to knock around these Panzer Grenadiers, trying to get them out of cover, trying to interrupt their damage. Schimmelwagen is going to be coming forward to do the same as well, just driving through the lines. Panzer Grenadiers are making good damage on the engineers, but the engineers are making good damage as well. Ooh, and there goes that engineer, quickly going down. Over on the right side of the map, we got the Schimmelwagen capturing some points.
Yeah, recon here.
Panzer Grenadiers will spot this Jeep,
Rifle squad ready for action.
and the Jeep will just drive backwards, say hi to them. With their 30 cal. That's how they say how he says hi. Engineers making their advance, making some good damage in onto these Panzer Grenadiers. Jeep, of course, does knock around the Panzer Grenadiers themselves as one model sort of getting stuck inside the hay pile. Not hay bale, but hay pile. Engineers, of course, will be forced on back. Still has two engineers, two riflemen, and a Jeep alive. Down south, we've got the logistics company. He may be eyeing for a 221 and 223 to help increase his resource income. Rifleman getting some good work on these Panzer Grenadiers. This Panzer Grenadier is being focused down quite nicely, and both these squads are falling back. There's still two models left on that squad. Now one model, but it's unlikely it'll get wiped anytime soon. The engineers are capturing this retreat point, allow him to get, or cutoff point, to get his income in. The US player has not had a whole lot of income this entire game, not even this munitions point. So overall, the US player is definitely on the back foot for most of this game. Probably because he started the game the first minute AFK. Jeep charging on in. Or maybe not, just trying to scout around. Won't be really be able to charge on in with that Flak Irving around. Support weapons center has been deployed. He may be eyeing for some snipers. Or some MGs. You never know when you go for an MG.
Right in the middle of a goddamn
It's gonna be snipers. Probably 3 of
Operation
them.
posts report we are losing a sector.
Up north of the Panzer Grenadiers are capturing even up this fuel point.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not currently paused. He's just not repairing up the Jeep at the moment.
Triage center up.
Triage center, of course, deployed. Weapon support center. Not currently building anything at the moment. Is getting some good damage there onto those Panzer Grenadiers at long range.
Recon ready.
No, not really good damage, just some damage. We do have a 221 pushing the way forward. Oh. Thank you for the follow, Austin O. Lugo. We got the 221
We're losing a
pushing the way
sector.
forward, trying to capture this cutoff point here. That, of course, allow him to keep this area secured and not risk Panzer Grenadiers trying to capture it up. Something a bit more heavier than Panzer Grenadier for capping purposes. Panzer Grenadiers are engaging this engineer squad. The engineer squad is falling back. Actually, there is a 30 cal deployed now, not snipers. I'm actually generally surprised about that. Usually we see about 2 or 3 snipers deployed. And he will be captured at that cutoff point. On the right side of the map is just handily in favor of the Panzer Grenadier player. The Kettengrad or Schimwagen is capturing the VP as well. Jeep and 30 cal making their advance. Getting some good hits there on. It does suppress that one Panzer Grenadier.
Here. We got company. Enemy troops.
We do have a flanking Panzer Grenadier there. The 30 cal could rotate around and suppress him. And the Rifleman will decapture the cutoff point. Now just need to fully capture to get that income back and going. Engineers capturing those easy points. Probably should go around just capturing for any points if possible. And the point will be secure. That Panzer Grenadier may get fully wiped.
Enemy
Yeah,
unit down.
fully wiped, no problem.
We're losing ground out there.
221 still going around capturing some points. Kettengrad on the left side of the map as well. Allowing the engineers the full right side to themselves. Jeep knocking around the Panzer Grenadiers does force him out of heavy cover. And we've got the fuel point now getting hit. Or I can't speak today. Not getting hit. Interrupted. The capture being interrupted. Jeep charging forward. Rifleman charging forward. Very likely, the Schimwagen could actually go down. Yeah, damn the engine. Yeah, that's a dead Schimwagen. Schimwagen does go down. We do, of course, still have the Logistics Company and as well as the Panzer Support Command. What's being deployed out there? Is that... He's going for the upgrade there. We may see a Panzer 4C, a short-barreled Panzer 4. And he has gone for booby traps. So booby traps, of course, means he's gone for scorched earth. The Schimwagen can no longer deploy out any booby traps, but the Panzer Grenadiers can. He does have 4 squads of Panzer Grenadiers, so it's a lot of potential booby traps to be laid down quickly.
The enemy will never be able to match the efficiency of our support command structure.
And not a Panzer 4C, but a Hotchkiss, and they apparently cost 45 fuel, so he potentially could deploy out a second Hotchkiss relatively soon. So for the US players, since we don't see a doctrine selected just yet, may have been one selected, but we just don't know about it at the moment.
Scout here.
Jeep charging on forward. We got the Riflemen engaging as well. 30 cal being
point
packed
is
on up,
being
and a Schimwagen, not Schimwagen, Scout car, heavier Schimwagen, or heavy Kettengrad, is doing some good work. Booby trap has been triggered. Late response. An explosion way over there, so you can be able to recapture it no problem. 30 cal, getting some good hits there onto the 221, and the engineers are falling back.
Points.
Ready for orders.
Jeep in a very good scouting position,
Right in the middle of a goddamn firefight!
and 30 cal's redeploying over there.
Supply lines are broken. We have
US players still in large on the back foot, and soon he's going to face against a Hotchkiss. We could potentially see another Hotchkiss.
Forward supply lines are
Not
broken.
deploying anything else at the moment. May just wants the one Hotchkiss.
Reporting construction.
Getting out a single Hotchkiss course will force his opponent to deploy out some sort of anti-tank asset. I think these guys are building a building, or eyeing to build a building. They got some defensive landmines. The Hotchkiss has deployed out the Warferman upgrade.
Enemy unit down.
Panzer Grenadier fully gets wiped there when he really shouldn't have lost that squad. Nothing be okay. We do got a motor pool being pulled out. This will force the AT gun, and once he sees the AT gun, he can just keep away and use the Warferman. 2-2-1 going forward. Warferman
We are
firing.
losing a sector. Base is under attack.
Of course, it doesn't have the prolonged cinder effect like the Neb Warfare. It's a lot closer to the 251s, even though it does have the sound effect like the Neb Warfare.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
Sniper has deployed on Al. Nothing to air
Armored
drop
operation.
engage these Hotchkisses. I don't think he has sticky bombs just yet either.
Rifle squad is being engaged.
Panzer Grenadiers are receiving some fire there. Does receive a snipe shot.
Reporting!
And Neb Warfare, or second Hotchkiss has been deployed now, so we do see a mass Hotchkiss spam. He does avoid that shot there. If the other one's off cooldown, he can start barraging the base.
Sniper, taking aim! Engineers,
Sniper does avoid the Hotchkiss shots.
Losing ground out there. Base is taking fire.
Machine gun will avoid the Hotchkiss fire. The Hotchkiss is maybe eyeing to engage these buildings. This one has been the upgunned. This one's not the upgunned one. And gets some good shots onto that motor pool. AT gun stuck. Pop cap. He's at pop cap. That's why he can't get deployed the AT gun. He needs to capture some sectors. And no sticky bomb upgrade neither.
Supply lines
Oh.
are broken.
Speaking of
We
which,
have
sticky
territory
bomb
cut off
upgrade
from
is being
supply.
researched. Neb Warfare's firing right in. We've got a booby trap. Engineers do largely avoid it.
Base is under attack.
57 crew, ready for order.
Casualties being reported.
Casualties being reported. It sounded like a Jeep going down, honestly. Yep, the Jeep is
Composition
down.
B is in. Troops can now make sticky bombs.
Sticky bombs, of course, now can be deployed. We got some hits there onto the AT gun, but large just misses actually. Both the Hotchkisses have been upgunned, it doubling the length of their barrel. And this car is still going around capturing points. Very nice. Heavy Kettengrad. The US player still has a pathetic amount of fuel, no munitions income, so even though sticky bombs will be hard to deploy out if he doesn't have munitions. And these booby traps are going to constantly slow down his advance.
Rifle squad, on me!
We can now
Do it.
support field repair. We are losing a
He is
munitions
going for
sector.
armor reduction, which of course eventually will allow him to get out either Calliopes and or Pershing for just manpower.
Got to be worth it!
But he would not be able to use the field repair as an allied war machine anytime soon.
Squad has the objective.
Hotchkiss haven't got a whole lot of kills at the moment, but these barrages will constantly slow down his opponent.
The Axis are winning the battle. Get back to the fight.
Warfamens do largely miss as well. Of course, they're Warfamens. They have the accuracy of... No. I'm trying to think of... we have poor accuracy. I guess an Urbanite with a handgun trying to hit the broadside of a barn.
We have finished construction.
Finished construction. Is there a landmine there? Yes, there is a landmine there. Very, very hard to see.
Jeep is up and good to go.
Booby traps being triggered right there. He has booby traps everywhere. Post side starts setting up. He did get a fresh Jeep there for some odd reason. Guess he really wants some good scouts.
They're losing ground out there.
Warfamens.
Squad taking fire.
Barrage in the last known region. Largely just missing. Panzer Grenadiers do force back these forces. Sniper has been redeployed or deployed.
Anti-tank crew ready.
And we do got Panzer Grenadiers inside this garrison. He could upgrade it to a Ford HQ if he so chooses.
Sniper is ready for action.
Let's switch up the Panzer Elite player. 1,000 manpower, jeez. Does that actually booby trap these points? Booby trapped? A lot of booby traps everywhere.
Capture complete. No enemy contact in the area.
Warframe Barrage running on in. Does get a good shot there.
Fixed.
Looks like trying to hit the AT gun. Largely whiffing. Minor splash, that's about it. AT gun on the flank. There is some landmines here. Gotta be careful not get to stay there, because who knows. A Warframe Barrage may land there, detonate the mine, do severe damage to his own AT gun.
Hotchkiss on standby.
He has 21 population and 1,000 manpower. He could deploy a Panther battle group, but honestly, Panzer IV Cs probably be a little bit better at this moment. More anti-infantry focus. Well, no, he can't get Panzer IV Cs because he has King Hotchkisses. I'm too obsessed with Panzer IV Cs. At this point, will get booby trapped. He will need to retreat back. Oh, and that building booby trap nearly got a full squad wipe there. Warfamens do largely miss right there, and more booby traps being activated. He's doing a good job with those booby traps, that's for sure.
Increased squad sizes are now possible.
Okay, 4-man squads deployed, I like. And does find that booby trap, and sustain a lot of fire there. Still booby trap on this point.
Are capturing a sector.
So it's really slowing down the US player there. Has a huge float of manpower. Not sure he's deploying out the moment.
Ideas reinforced. Our rifles are cold. Let's go.
And now we've got some Panthers deployed on out.
Grabbing our territory.
Hotchkiss here.
Doesn't really need Panthers at the moment, but they're a heavy all-round tank. They're not really anti-infantry, but yet they can do reasonably well against infantry sometimes. His forces are regrouped. Booby trap is spotted. He's not responded to that one in time, and may lose his squad. No, he does not. Oh! No. Nope. Oh. Those extra explosions, I never know when they're actually going to
The
detonate.
enemy is attempting to seize a fuel point from us.
Gives some great hits there onto that 30 cal inside the garrison. Gets a good hit there as well.
supply
Other
lines are
Panthers
broken.
being held in
Territory out
reserve.
of
We do
supply.
have, of course, a motor pool and a tank depot being deployed now. He's likely eyeing for our M10 or Sherman tank.
Jump for grenadiers. Comfortably capturing sector artillery to strike fear to the hearts of the enemy.
Fieldcraft has been deployed out, which could be useful for laying down booby traps so he can faster capturing to lay down booby traps sooner. Sniper does a good hit there, making them destroy, so can no longer use his 30 cal or his MG34. And there goes the 221. Rifle squad, however, will get ripped apart. Of course, got a 30 cal squad, not 30 cal, STG squad. Why am I saying 30 cal now? Warframe barrage raining on in will avoid that sniper. Looks the barrages all went over here.
One of our sectors has been cut off.
Panther charging forward, trying to get these snipers. Warframe barrage raining on in. Does get some damage there onto that sniper. And that sniper does go down to a the Panther. Ooh, and there's a lot of damage there on that AT gun. We'll need to fall back over soon. Does get sticky bomb off. Damage there. AT gun's firing. Double pin there in the rear armor. That's got a lot of damage. Does receive a bounce there. And it's going to eye some line of sight blockers. Receives another rear armor hit there. A rifleman can finish it off with a sticky bomb. Likely. This Panther's starting to make their advance as well. Does recruit this AT gun there, so 3 AT guns have been recruited. Panther's still very deep in. It will spot the motor pool. Made them go behind the motor pool, start trying to pick it off. Maybe get the kill there, or soften up for the Hotch Kisses. Speaking of which, one of the Hotch Kisses does have damaged engine. And sticky bomb does come out, getting a destroyed engine as well.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Heard lost a unit. He actually lost a Hotchkiss there? How did that happen? Oh, triple AT guns, that's what happened. Wehrmacht player, not Wehrmacht player, Panzer player is starting to throw away this game, which is not very good. 30 cal does get some good suppression there on the Panzer Grenadiers.
We have eliminated the enemy.
It does wipe out
more.
that AT gun. Four more SCGs have been deployed on out. He only has 3 squads? I thought he had more at this point.
Capture complete. Still under fire.
Warfman does fire.
Heavy fire. Watch the rear. Capture order completed.
Again, Warfmans are just not accurate.
Contact infantry. Capture cover. Men standing by.
Panzer Grenadiers have called in some sector artillery in this region. Will stop them from capturing this VP anytime soon. Allowing the Panzer Grenadiers to focus on the right side of the map rather than the left side of the map. Does have a rifleman squad here, so we're just hanging there. Thought he was trying to repair it up with first. Something deployed out on the motor pool. I doubt it's a Greyhound. Another AT gun? Oh, he lost all of his AT guns. Oof, how did that happen? Must have all been gunned down.
Broken. We have territory cut off from supply. We're losing ground out there.
Ladies.
Full field point is starting to be decaptured there. AT gun trying to say no, but we won't be able to do it successfully. Sniper is in the region. Vec 2 sniper, 12 kills.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory.
Not a lot of munitions there. Low, once again, a pop cap. Pop cap being very, very problematic to the US player. Warframe barrage raining on in somewhere, trying to hit that sniper. Largely avoids it. Advanced repairs have been activated, so now he can repair up this Panther a bit more easily. And the Panzer Grenadier is falling on back. Field point being captured up, but will be thwarted by a 30 cal. Sector artillery is still raining on in.
We are losing a sector.
Contact. Contact.
You got tank assault grenadier squad here, but they are getting ripped apart. Now I need bars upgrades on these riflemen, and that assault grenadier squad does get fully wiped. The Panzer Elite is just throwing away the game, I would say. Sector artillery may take out the squad.
Rejoice, Panzer. Roadblocks are now at our
Nope. Rolls a
disposal.
big miss there.
Attention, the enemy injure the enemy and reduce his 300 points.
G43 squad trying to stop the capture. Does activate the booby trap there. May lose one of the Panzer Grenadier models there. No, he does not. AT gun could get overran as well. They're recruited by riflemen. So currently the US player has deployed out 3 AT guns at the moment. A fourth one is right there. I would say at this point,
The enemy
maybe
is
the
seizing
Panzer League
our
player does
territory.
not deploy out any more vehicles. The Hotchkiss is fine if he upgraded the Warfamens, but he needs to keep his infantry units alive. He's just lost too many of them. AT guns, of course, can't fire through the ground. Warfamen's trying to rain on in somewhere.
Our supply lines are broken.
Over
We have
here, though,
territory
Sniper
ours
getting
and
hit a
enemy
bit
units.
there. STG squad advancing. Something got annihilated there. It's Sector Artillery. Sector Artillery is still raining on in. Does declare another AT gun there, so there's 3 down AT guns. A 4th one's about to go down. So there's a sea of down AT guns. Those US players spent all of his fuel there onto a M10. Another artillery round does come forth. M10 receiving some sector artillery fire, and a sniper's trying to advance. Gotta make sure he stays. Be careful with that sector artillery because it could just go down. M10 has received quite a bit of a beating there. Doesn't look like there's 80 grenades there on the Panzer Grenadiers. Nor is he getting cautious there. It does spot the landmines right there.
Achtung. The enemy is impacting. Kampfgruppier's victory point.
Does get one model crushed there. Very nice. And Pershing has been pulled out on the field. Panther charging forward. He may or may not be realized that there was landmines there. M10, of course, does go down, largely softened up by that sector artillery. Pershing's going to be trying to pursue this Panther. Got a good rear armor hit there onto the Panther. The Panther does have 1 level defense efficiency. Panther does send a bounce, while the Pershing does get a good rear armor hit in return. Panther needs to escape on over there. Does send a pen there, but does receive a nice rear armor pen as well. Hotchkiss slowly picking away against that infantry unit, getting 2nd infantry kill. Does get a sticky bomb off on the Panther. Very nice. And fully immobilize the Panther. And the Pershing does get the kill there onto the Panther. And good hits there onto the Hotchkiss.
Kampfgruppe Leer is now able to employ scorched earth to eradicate the disease that is our enemy.
Scorched Earth now available. Once again, he has 300 munitions, so he can bring in another Scorched Earth. Not Scorched Earth. Sector Artillery. Scorched Earth is another ability. I'm getting those abilities mixed up. Panzer Grenadiers receiving quite a bit of fire. Sector Artillery raining on in does destroy the carcass. So no uses for the Bergantiga there. Panzer Grenadiers do fall back. Fresh set of Panthers are being deployed on out. Speaking about
We are
carcasses,
losing ground.
looks like the Panther carcass did in fact go down. And a booby trap has been activated. And gained some good damage there onto this rifleman squad. Pershing at level 1 level of efficiency. Fresh booby trap has been deployed out here. And the VPs still need to be captured on up. The Panthers are going to roll on forward and kill off the Pershing if he doesn't back off and get some healing.
Kampfgruppe Leer. Panther Battle Group has arrived and is now available for deployment.
Of course, Panthers are now available once again if he has another 1,000 manpower. Sniper, 3 levels of veterans, he's able to do a nice jog while in camouflage. And that's a US landmine there. Ooh, good boob. Oh, that may be too close. That guy's severely wounded. Small splash could wipe him out, but looks like he will not get wiped out there. Hotchkiss does get some good hits there on this rifleman.
Moving tab is set and wired.
And good hits there onto the Pershing. And it looks like the US player has got some GG. The biggest issue how to counter it is not being AFK for the first minute of the game. He forfeits so much land because he was AFK. That 2-2-1 was only so successful because of he was able to secure a social map already. The issue was him being AFK for 1 minute, I would say. That changed the outcourse of the map game entirely. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. For those who are just joining the stream, yeah, he was AFK for the first minute, so that does impact the game quite a bit. It changes everything. What field control people already has, and what ground they have to fight over. And a 2-2-1, when your opponent has almost full control of the map, he can just go around, get the cutoff points, no problem. And here we are. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company Heroes 1 replay. Spawned on the south side as the US player with Alfred Jodo Kuskok. Spawning on the north side as the Wehrmacht player, we have Kremlin Fascists. Or Fascisti. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say some of these words on Twitch or YouTube. Oh well. Barracks, of course, being deployed on now. Looks got a single engineer opener. Of course, got the Wehrmacht quarters. Second Pioneers capturing up this point. No extra Pioneer. I can see a third Pioneer being decent on this map if you want to really capture up some points. Going for this munitions point here first. And this guy's going to be capturing up these 2 safe points. I see he's likely going for a Volksgrenadier or MG42 to send them out to capture this point. Unlikely it's going to be a motorcycle. We do have a rifleman being deployed on out as well.
We finished construction. Rifle squad on point.
Again, I see my model winking. Why is it winking? I need to calibrate this thing. My avatar model keeps on winking. Like, why is it winking? What's going on? My eyes are wide open. I need to adjust those settings, recalibrate it.
What's our plan? Ready to fight.
Rifleman getting some good damage there onto the Pioneer. We do got these Pioneers capturing this munitions point. Volksgrenadiers still, of course, captured that point. So the Pioneers are going to be forced back, but they are drawing towards these Volksgrenadiers. And Volksgrenadiers will be able to push this light cover either here or here to engage the Riflemen. Pioneers are still drawing fire, so allowing the Volksgrenadier not to sustain any abuse for the time being. And the Pioneers are still receiving fire there, so there's a lot of free damage being dealt by the Volksgrenadier, but thanks to that light cover him on the Rifleman, he didn't get as much free damage as you would like. Now with the Jeep rolling on forward, these Volksgrenadiers are being forced out of light cover into the barrels of the Riflemen. We've got MG42 being deployed on out. And getting some good damage there onto that Jeep. Riflemen are still suppressed there from the MG42 as the Volksgrenadier are advancing. Getting some good damage there on the Riflemen. Not really focusing on the Jeep at the moment. The defense crews of the MG42 can do some good damage versus the Jeep as well. Of course, got this engineer squad. And Jeep's engine is damaged. Maybe it'll crawl out there. There's one Pioneer. No, there's still both Pioneer models still alive.
The Huns are taking our territory.
And the Volksgrenadiers are eyeing to engage and hunt down that Jeep, wiping him out. Does lose a model there with the Volksgrenadiers. And great little steps there, knocking around multiple Volksgrenadier models. But we got the MG42 now engaging the Rifleman squad. And the Jeep is likely going down. There's a bit of a line of sight blocker here. And the Jeep will actually escape out of there, but barely. Jeez. Riflemen are, however, suppressed by that MG42. And Volksgrenadier should be able to clean up these Riflemen no problem. He is in pursuit of the Jeep. Jeep is still pretty far away. I think the Jeep is safe. He's about to reach home base. And we got the U.S. engineers trying to build some sandbags in front of those Pioneers. And he will be able to deploy out the sandbags there and decapture that point, no problem. Jeep is giving some repairs, very nice. And we've got another squad of Riflemen being deployed now, perhaps on the left side of the map, maybe on the right side of the map.
Krauts are grabbing our territory.
MG42 pushing pretty far forward, eyeing for something that's heavy cover. On the right side of the map, we've got the Pioneers and Engineers engaging, but most of the Engineers do manage to win out. Nope, keep that guy capturing and then perhaps capture the VP and then retreat.
Capture complete. Deploying his army now. This war isn't gonna win itself.
What do you mean it's not going to win itself? I mean, at this point, the Soviets have already won.
Listen up, people.
You just have to sit back and relax. It's not like you guys need to race from Berlin to prevent them from establishing a communist Europe, right?
This is recon.
Looks like the Pioneers are getting ripped apart by that Jeep. They're already pretty low health. The Jeep will likely get the wipe on that one.
We are in the shit now.
Now, a little bit of light cover could have made a difference there, but he's going to go past the MG bunker and go straight into the base. He's going to hop inside the garrison. Doors are open for him. He's getting on the far side of the building now. Sustaining even more damage somehow. He actually may save that Pioneer squad. He couldn't kill the Jeep, and in return, he couldn't kill a Pioneer. Some sort of curse, probably. Engineers are falling back away from the Volksgrenadiers. We've got Riflemen pushing their way forward as well. We'll find the MG42.
Operation posts report we are losing a sector.
And Sniper does get a good hit there onto that Rifleman squad inside the garrison. There is a Wehrmacht landmine there. I'm not sure if it's in vision range or not.
Listen up, people.
And the Riflemen scoring around to the right side, trying to avoid some combat. Volksgrenadiers trying to push towards the center, trying to eye for this VP, not VP, cutoff point. And the Riflemen are starting to engage the Volksgrenadier point blank range, but the Riflemen do get suppressed there by the MG42. There are some line sight blocks there, but a couple models were over here in full vision of the MG42.
Our front lines are collapsing.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting.
Contact!
Roger. Riflemen spawn.
Volksgrenadiers have
Our front
sustained
lines are
quite a bit of
collapsing.
fire there. They will need to fall back. He does get the cutoff point there. MG42 trying to cut inside this building, which is a little bit dangerous
Supply lines
there.
are broken. We have territory.
How
cut off from
do the
supply.
Riflemen have frag grenade research? Probably not. Sniper does get a good hit there, point blank, but there's that MG42 severely wounded. Flamer trying to rush on forward. Will likely get this building de-garrisoned, completely, fully wiped.
Territory sector being captured.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them. The supply line is ready to go.
And get a full squad wipe right there. Getting some good damage onto that Pioneer, and does get stuck inside of him, but he should be able to escape out now that he has plenty of health remaining. MG42 does get some shots there onto that rifleman. Jeep may have went down this landmine, yes it did. And looks like since the heavy cover there, he's not getting suppressed, allowing the flamer to close the distance.
Rifle squad has the objective. Kinda like the garage back home. Our infantry is firing on us!
Motor pool has been deployed on out. We got this very wounded rifleman squad trying to capture this munitions point here. This cutoff point is still decaptured, so the Wehrmacht player is not receiving any sort of real income at the moment.
Sniper!
Ready!
The Wehrmacht sniper's at 6 kills at the moment. The US player has not deployed a sniper, nor the support weapons center just yet. Maybe eyeing for the Greyhound to rush down that sniper. Fresh Greyhound is being deployed on out. You like to go for, of course, armor guards and 50 cal. That's pretty much standard. And we've got a landmine being deployed out right there. It looks like there was a landmine detonation. I wonder if that was detonated by the Brits, not Brits, US player or the Wehrmacht player.
Construction finished.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending. Listen up, rifle squad. Deployed.
Riflemen are capturing up these safe points.
What's next?
And we've got these engineers trying to hide behind some buildings, trying to sort of stay out of the way, trying to find some more landmines. Speaking of more landmines, another landmine being deployed out right there. Doesn't get swept just yet.
Now that's better. Upgrade complete.
Armor skirts have been deployed on now, and this engineer squad will need to fall back relatively soon.
Engaging the enemy.
Greyhound charging on in.
Trucks are popping us to hell here.
And there is a landmine right here. Does salvage that wreckage. Very nice. The Wehrmacht sniper has been spotted right there. Panzerfaust will connect. And AT gun will get a good hit there as well. He may just want to do a full
Enemy unit down.
Ooh, there goes a Volksgrenadier.
Sniper's got us zeroed in.
And the sniper will not be on the retreat back right now. Rifleman squad fully pinned by the MG42, but this Rifleman squad will get a nice flank there on the MG42. Does get some suppression there on that Rifleman squad, and he will pack on up. This Rifleman squad, of course, will collapse on in. Wehrmacht players down to literally no points to provide income. Everything's cut off. He literally has no field control right now. We need to send a Pioneer squad to capture this point as soon as possible just to get some income up and going.
They're taking one of our points.
Regular Grenadiers are advancing. And he is eyeing for a stick grenade there on this Rifleman squad. That Rifleman squad is severely wounded. Does get 2 models there.
Rifle squad has the objective.
And this AT gun's sneaking around. There's another landmine there, so there's 2 landmines.
Victory point.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting them.
And that's the barracks, something. Yep, bar upgrade.
Supply lines are broken.
We do have a support
Initiating
weapons center,
defensive
so
operations. Supply.
we may see some
Germans
counter
are seizing
snipers. We got
territory
defensive
from us.
operations, so infantry
hold the
company has been
initiative.
selected.
At this rate,
Let's
we'll be
see what
taking
the
Berlin by
Wehrmacht player will be going for. 2 command points or 2 VPs. I think he's gone for something. I'm trying to think what he could have gone for. We haven't seen stun grenades yet. He may have gone for defensive. Has escalated the assault phase, but I'm pretty sure he should have 1 more command point at the current rate. Although I could be mistaken.
Pioneers, grab your gear.
Fresh Pioneers deploying out the Sturm Armory.
Sniper König here.
Riflemen and engineers pushing the way forward. You got a minesweeper here, but the riflemen push too far forward. The minesweeper won't detect anything. He will detect this landmine, but hasn't started sweeping it just yet.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
Regular Grenadiers are seeing quite a bit of fire right there. Greyhounds trying to make their advance.
We have lost.
And that Grenadier squad does get fully wiped there. Sniper is still camouflaged nearby. Grenadiers with Patricks pushing the way forward. Maybe a good idea to send the sniper shot in. MP42 is facing the wrong direction. Will hit the minesweeper squad. Need to double check that those mines were actually swept. Greyhound making his advance. Trying to get some shots there onto the Grenadiers. And off map power shoot now raining on it. It does do a full retreat in the sector. That shot flew wide, but does not get the Pack 38, but he will likely get ran down. Yep, looks like both these landmines have been cleaned up. Actually, this one was actually detonated. That one was actually swept. Pack 38 has been decrewed. He is not eyeing the capture for his own purposes.
Cut off from supply.
Pioneers will make their way forward.
Grenadiers reporting full strength.
We're losing territory.
Puma, heavy recon deployed.
Now we've got a 2-3-4 armored car. Of course, the Greyhound will be able to engage it no problem, but it's meant for engaging infantry, of course. No 50mm being upgraded, no munitions munitions upgrade, or blah, munitions income.
Attention. The enemy advances.
We are receiving fire!
Good sniper shot there. Oof, that rifleman squad got ripped apart.
Victory point captured.
Good hits there on to each other. The Greyhound, of course, can't sustain many anti-tank gunshots. And we've got the engineers immediately trying to repair up that armored car or Greyhound. US snipers advancing 0 kills. Doesn't see a counter snipe there. He probably still has camouflage activated. Does get a good hit there on the Pack 38. Now the US sniper has been revealed. And the armored car is now advancing with its rear armor exposed. Pioneers do fall back. And if these riflemen start making their advance, there's still an MP42 here. Seems to be going off the slow, but it doesn't look like I have the ore effect for our medical crates. Rifleman squad is falling back. Got off map power shoot raining on in. And it's a late response. Ooh, direct hit there on the Volks Grenadiers. And it does decrew that Pack 38 due to the late response. Armor car has a damaged engine, likely due to a sticky bomb from this squad here. The tickets right now are in favor of the Allies by a decent margin, about 120 tickets. Stug has been deployed on out, be able to engage the M8 no problem. Instead, we've got the Rifleman squad advancing around trying to eye for this cutoff point. It is quite wounded as well. On the right side of the map, we've got the armored car making its way forward. He's good damage on the Rifleman. Down to 2 models with that Rifle squad, so you will need to fall back relatively soon. US Sniper has the 2 kills. And it looks like he has repaired up the armored car. And captured the standard point and perhaps eventually the munitions and fuel point.
We are losing ground.
Good hit there onto that rifleman. Good hits there onto that Stug. Now there's like more M1 AT gun shots just raining on in. Be able to force back that armor, no problem.
Pioneers has this sector.
What doctrine would I go for as the Wehrmacht player? He knows it's against the infantry doctrine. He doesn't really have munitions
One of our
for.
snipers is dead.
Oof, good counter snipe there. I was gonna say,
Attention! The enemy advances.
I'm not exactly sure what I would go for. Alpha power shoot raining on in. It may be good best to go for Blitzkrieg and go down the Tiger line. Should I say the manpower Blitz line is better, but he needs. He doesn't have a lot of fuel or munitions at this point in time, so he needs both, really, or at least just munitions for all the abilities.
Our forward
And
supply
the
lines are
manpower
broken.
line, the Tiger line does, of course, just require manpower. Patrick does connect on those engineers. Good shots there on the engineers themselves.
We have captured a fuel supply.
Attention! The enemy advances.
Looks like riflemen are laying down some landmines. Very nice.
Armored car deployed.
So second 234 has been deployed now. He needs some more infantry support. Does it still have to? He still has to be careful with the AT gun, that's for sure. But the Stug is more than enough to deal with the M8.
One of our sectors has been
Speaking
cut
about
off.
Stug, he does get a good hit there on the rifleman. And looks like the Pioneers eyeing to, or the Volksgrenadiers and Grenadiers eyeing to capture some points. Pioneers, Nebel Warfare has been deployed now. That could be very useful.
Armored recon ready.
Autocannons getting some great damage there onto that rifleman. Focusing down one at a time is always very
300
useful.
points left.
Which leave the AT gun pretty unexposed eventually.
Field repairs are finished.
Now Warfare Barrage, pretty blind barrage. The scatter was quite maximum. 2 shots there, 4 shots there. I think he targeted right there. Hits once again. Warfaremen, all Nebel Warfers always don't hit where you want to hit. Have them hit. Rifleman not eyeing for the VP. I'll go for the VP. Capture that up. Keep the tickets counting down against their opponent. It does pan out in the long run. Armor car is now rolling around. PAP 38 has been deployed. He doesn't have a whole lot of infantry on the field as well.
Enemy troops are firing on us.
Greyhound does force back the Pioneers. Riflemen, Pioneers, or Engineers with Flamers making their advance. We've got the healing upgrade or healing ability there onto the Grenadiers. Armor cars trying to force back these Riflemen as these guys start making their way forward. Stug has not received a whole lot of damage at the moment, or any at all. Warfman Barrage raining on in, perhaps around in this general sector. Sniper does make itself known. Warfman Barrage, wide scatter as usual. It does get direct hit there on the AT gun, which is very important. Now these 2 models getting burned alive, so it's likely that gun will get decrewed. Patrick needs to start retargeting towards that Greyhound. Stug needs to start advancing forward as well to hit that Greyhound. Both Grenadiers could potentially get Panzerfaust off. He may be going for one. Yeah, he's going for a Panzerfaust. I see that model line up shot. Good hits there onto that Greyhound. And there it goes, down to by the Stug. Autocannons now have free range on these forces over here. They're a bit wounded, but wounded is fine. Dead is not. Speaking about sticky bombs, damage into there onto the Stug. We've got the AT gun set on up. There's still one more sticky bomb, 2 more sticky bombs in this region. Does spot the sniper right there. probably best just to skirmish the lines and avoid any permanent commitments. Though there may be a permanent commitment here by this rifleman squad. Yes, we will see a sticky bomb off on that squad there. No, he sort of got interrupted since he went pretty close by, but does find a landmine there, just damaged it, destroyed engine. And AT gun trying to set him up, trying to engage this guy over here. These guys do fall back. Stug is still alive, try to run it down with sticky bombs. But this armor car needs to fall back. We do have 2 Stugs deployed on the field and quite a bit of damage on this Nebelwerfer. That's a lot of artillery right there. I wonder, is it...
Losing a sector.
Yep, M2 has been deployed on now. Warfman raining on in. Again, wide scattered. He will back up in some of the flaming piles of fire.
They defended the fatherland until death.
Does throw a frag grenade there, but largely unsuccessful. M2 raining on in. Nebelwerfer fully gets destroyed by that M2. Very nice.
Assault troops are awaiting deployment.
Now we do have Blitzkrieg now activated. Guess I did make a good prediction. He's going straight for the Tiger tank. He does not have the manpower nor munitions to support any other doctrine. This is really his only viable doctrine at this point in time. He can save his munitions later on for a manpower blitz, but at this point, he does not have the munitions. Doesn't have the fuel for taking up either. Doesn't even have a camp craft set yet. No veterancy whatsoever. Stormtroopers have been deployed on now, and spending this only munitions on some STG-44. So this is going for ambush stormtroopers. Not eyeing to go for camouflage in with Panzer trucks to gauge the M2. He's going for STG stormtroopers. Best get some infantry veterancy to go along with it. Scout car rushing on in.
These repairs are finished.
Now, the Rifleman will capture this point, no problem. Does back away immediately. 2 Stugs have been deployed on now, which maybe a little bit overkill. It definitely is overkill at this point in time.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
2 AT-guns have been deployed on now as well. Ooh. Simultaneous shots there. Camp Craft Center has been deployed on now. He gets some great damage there onto the Rifleman. This guy's receiving quite a bit of fires from the Stugs as well. Great damage there onto that AT gun. And the M1 AT gun will go down as well. Stugs starting to make their advance. Fully wipes out that Rifleman. Does have Vet 1 infantry now. And is starting to hit these AT guns. Very nice. Not eyeing to capture them for themselves. He does have Weapon Pack 38. And does destroy that AT gun. 30 cal placement now engaging. And now getting some good damage there onto the howitzer. He's lying barrage, maybe over here, but I don't doubt it's going to be onto the scout car. He needs to play out M1 AT gun. Another one, because he just lost both of these. Both of them are now fully destroyed. Or could have some Rangers. Some Rangers would help out with bazookas. That's maybe what he's eyeing. Saving up some manpower for some bazookas.
Veterancy gained.
Crack infantry. He's getting his infantry vetted up because he needs it for the stormtroopers.
Puma, taking fire.
M2 now raining on in somewhere.
No enemy in sight.
Just trying to do a blind barrage onto this Volksgrenadiers. And the artillery piece does go down. I just realized there's actually a tank depot here, so fresh Hellcat has been deployed on out. Stugs are ready to support. They're at full health, I think. Yes, they are.
We're losing territory. Veterancy
Does roll a miss there, but the AoE splash does get a pen. And this AT gun's actually not destroyed.
Com system in order.
Stokes, who rolls and misses there, gains some AoE splash as well. Hellcat gains stuck around the barracks. Stokes are advancing, trying to pursue this Hellcat. M2 now raining on in.
Veterancy gained.
It's not close range barrage, that's for sure. Does get a hit there on the barracks as well as on the Hellcat. 2 more hits and it's down. Or just hitting the barracks.
Under fire. Assault gun ready.
We have 200 points.
Match drop. Ready to
Sniper does go down to the Stug. And the Rifles are charging on board. We'll find the vet 2 stormtroopers, but they're down to just 3 models, not at full strength. And there goes that barracks. Looks like more artillery now raining on in.
Supply lines are broken. We have cut off from supply.
And that looks like an off-map power shoot as well. Hellcat repaired enough. And the Hellcat starting to make his advance now. So he's getting some repairs there on the Hellcat while in combat. Stormtroopers are making their advance. He may try to rush forward with a bundle grenade. Volksgrenadiers will have picked up M1918 bar.
Veterancy gained.
Here comes Stormtroopers. They've already thrown a bundle grenade there on top. We're just trying to gun down those engineers. They're vet 1 infantryers. They avoid the fire there. Second Hellcat has been brought out here, but the Stugs are in a good position. But the Stugs are severely wounded. They're at Veterancy 2 as well. A good hit there onto the Hellcat. Hellcat did actually receive a bounce there. And Grenadiers are eyeing to capture this point as well.
Took a victory point. I doubt them underneath them.
We have gained the momentum on the field.
We do have a fresh Hellcat here, so 3 Hellcats has been deployed on out. We're going to engage these Stugs. I think that's enough for our Tiger tank. I think it needs a little bit more manpower. Yep, 800 manpower. Stick grenade has been thrown into the garrison. Gained some minor splash there. Pentrick does fire as well. Grenadier model does go down to the Hellcat. Stugs here defensive. One facing the wrong direction here. It does have a Pack 38 camouflaged. The other AT gun looks like has been destroyed. And here comes the Tiger tank ready to push away on the northern flank. It does have 2 levels of veterancy, which means he should be very effective. But there's all 3 Hellcats over here. Does find the landmine here with his stormtroopers. Will fall back now. Very nice landmine placement. And here comes the Tiger tank along with the scout car with no levels of efficiency. Hellcats on to reposition. Maybe on to engage some of these forces over here. But of course, see the 2 Stugs, Pack 38, and oh, there's a Goliath there. That's the 4th triangle. And that Panzerfaust does get the kill there on that Hellcat. Off-map power shoot now running on in. I'll say keep the Pack. Oh, Pack 38 does go down. Stugs recent fire. Just going to focus down this Hellcat. Autoplex there, and Goliath does detonate there, or was actually spotted and destroyed. Sticky grenades, 2 sticky grenades there. Stug does go down there. Destroyed engine there. Main gun destroyed. Tiger tank is now rolling around. Does get the kill there on that Hellcat. He started hitting that other Hellcat now. This Stug is severely wounded, but both sticky bombs are on cooldown. Or he gets another sticky bomb off, by the way. Hellcat is severely wounded, destroyed the engine there, so look at the Stug will stay alive for the time being. Tiger tanks making spans, trying to get the kill there on the Hellcat. Gets main gun destroyed. No more additional levels of veterancy just yet. And off-map combat group just came on forward. Fresh Hellcat, fresh Greyhound. Found a landmine there. Very nice defensive landmine. Still could push his way forward, help support. At this point, it's probably a good idea. Patrick does roll a miss there. Just damage there on the Hellcat. Stormtroopers pushing over forward, trying to will report those riflemen, but they do get suppressed there by the fresh 30 cal. Main gun destroyed onto the Hellcat. So it's basically neutered. Stormtroopers are fully pinned. Needs to get that fixed. Trying to avoid the gun, but I think the Patrick does roll a miss there, and the gun does fire. There's another landmine right there. Hellcat, though, Greyhound pushes his way forward. He's infantry, not armor, so he can't capture with that Greyhound.
Bounce! Maintain radio silence!
We do got a M2 barrage raining on in somewhere, right there. This cutoff point is, well, being cut off, which won't really be useful when dealing with food, fuel, but will be useful for munitions. There's also landmine there he does barely manage to avoid, or he's maybe just now deploying that out. Yeah, it's just actually fresh being deployed on out. Greyhound is advancing. He may get the Panzerfaust off onto the Greyhound. Yes, he will. Tiger tank still being repaired. Autocannon scout car needs repairs as well. Stug's getting repaired, now fully repaired. Maybe a good idea to keep the autocannon scout car and the Stug over here, allowing the Tiger tank to advance through the northern sectors.
We're losing a sector.
Stormtroopers camouflaging forward. We'll spot this MG. That's just a defense model there. It does actually throw a bundle grenade. And even detonates a landmine there. Ooh, that's pretty lucky. And those are the defense crews does manage to get the kill there on one of the Stormtrooper models. Probably the one of the wounded ones. Stug's pushing forward, engaging the artillery piece, firing a barrage because he's about to lose it anyways. Stormtroopers will get ran down. Barrage ran the base here. First Stug here. Rifleman trying to charge on forward. A lot of efficiency on his rifleman, that's for sure. And the artillery piece does go down. And this bunker may go down. Patrick does connect against this fresh MG emplacement.
Enemy fire! Taking our position!
Yeah, man! We need support! It is too much. They're under fire. Engine deployed! We need a pin.
Good hits there. Heard engine destroyed. Autocannon scout car found landmine. There's still another landmine here. Tiger Tank's advancing, has not found a landmine. And it looks like the gunner got killed there on the Greyhound. Greyhound still has a bit of health remaining. And the MG bunker will go down. No infantry suppressed at the moment. Does throw a sticky bomb there, fully immobilizing the Stug here. The Stug still has plenty of health. The autocannon scout car will likely go down relatively soon. Tiger Tank will be crushing through those hedges. And he will find the Hellcat. Does send a bounce, while of course Tiger Tank will get a pen. Scout car does go down. Got the Greyhound come to respond. Pat's trying to get some rear armor hits on the Tiger Tank, but really accomplish all too much. But probably just skip bounces. Ooh, deploying on a landmine right there. Got it back away. Destroys his own Greyhound with that landmine. That's a bit of oversight. He is trying to repair up that Hellcat there with his engineer. The engineer's down to one model.
The grateful fatherland and glorious struggle.
And now there's Vet 3 tanks.
And this Iron Cross.
Receiving fire!
Overall great field control by the Wehrmacht player. He's trying to go forward with a sticky bomb.
They're taking fire!
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Looks like another off-map combat group hasn't been holding out. He does get a Hellcat with a 50 cal, some riflemen, a tank gun, and looks like a 30 cal.
The enemy has 300 points.
Stug coming up to support the Stug. Stug is here to support the Tiger Tank. No armored car, autocannon, or scout cars. Could potentially tech up as well to get out some Ostwind, potentially, but maybe just content on Stug spam. And good hit there.
Allies are capturing a sector.
Field repairs complete. Destroy all Tommies!
Hellcats preparing up, perhaps trying to engage the Tiger Tank. An 18 gun shot does connect, but does bounce. Oh, that's a Stug, not a. Oh, that's a Stug, not a Stug. That's my bad. And that Stug's getting some great hits there onto that infantry. Tiger Tank's also getting some great hits there. That may have been a squad wipe on that rifleman squad. Multiple hits there on this garrison, suppressing the Grenadier. And it looks like he did scatter wide that time.
Heavy Truppen prepared for battle.
Stormtroopers are advancing. Does get spotted there. Does decide to break camouflage. Does find the now camouflage Hellcats as they start firing. Great bundle grenade there, decrewing that AT gun.
Otto, keep on those repairs.
Good hits there onto that Hellcat. This 30 cal is trying to engage these forces, but not successful. That is a Stug. That's the Stug. And good hits there onto the rifleman there with the Tiger Tank. Tiger Tank now getting 12 kills, 14 kills, has recruited the AT gun. Is Iron hit that artillery that AT gun does kill squad right there. Blitzkrieg has been activated. Tiger taking some good damage, and Sticky Bomb does connect onto the Stu, and out of control Hellcat does go down. So does a Stu, however. And overall, complete field control coming out by the Axis player. These forces starting to Blitzkrieg on forward. In places it could potentially go down on some decent movement to engage. Repair engineers fully goes down there. Main gun destroyed. And there goes that Hellcat. That's probably going to be game. And looks like the US player has cast in the GG. Overall, good game for both sides. The Wehrmacht player was on the back end for most of this game. The M2 Elephant House shoots. Infantry wasn't half bad. Elephant House shoots were pretty good overall. The M2 not so much. Maybe he should have gone for a Ranger squad. Yeah, perhaps maybe not going for the house, but perhaps go for a Ranger. That may have been a possibility. And good hits there. Yeah, they're just talking for the rest of the game. Oh yeah, that Stormtrooper flanking those AT guns here. That's probably what really did him in. And that's why I probably thought he should have gone for Rangers in order to get some bazookas up and going. But yeah, losing both of those AT guns was probably the game-winning moment. Yep, they also say that as well, but overall, great game by both sides. Oh, this is Great saying thank you for watching and signing off. And on to the next replay. Probably one more replay for the night. Getting a little bit tired. Let's see now. No, let's go for a 2v2. Here's one here. Could go for this one, but let's go for this one. I'm in the mood for a 2v2 at the moment. But this is going to be my last replay tonight because I'm getting a bit exhausted. Oh, look, a Geschutzwagen. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Company was one replay. I spawned on the top right side as the Panzer Elite player. We have Arshinstein. I can feel the tiredness already. Spawn as teammate as the Wehrmacht player. We have Aurora. Spawn the opponent as the US player. We have Sun Jin Namate. I don't know. And spawning as his teammate as the 8-digit number US player. We have 4, 5, 8, 7, 2, 3, 6, 9. Trying to understand what that number is supposed to mean. 4, 5 next to each other, 8, 7 next to each other, but they go backwards. Then 2, 3 are next to each other, but 6, 9 are next to each other vertically. And that's basically how much I can try to decipher that code. Let's see. 4, 5, 8, 7, 2, 3, 9, 8. I don't know. Trying to understand that as a code. Not happening. Overall, no bullets have been fired yet. Going for mass capturing of the field.
The munitions point has been captured. Yeah.
And the Ketagrad's going around, so capturing some points as well. Of course, he's capturing points. What else can do? It has no gun. I suppose it can lay down some booby traps. G43 squad upgraded. Not big surprise. That's pretty much standard. 3rd Panzer Grenadier squad, so not going for any additional Kettengrad. And we've got the engineers and pioneers ready to engage. Schimwagen's going to, however, ruin the matchup. More engineers are advancing on forward, and we've got more engineers advancing on forward. So there's 3 engineers down here. That is a barracks. That's also barracks, so no support weapon center. One of the rifleman squad is still back at home, though. And over good damage coming out on the pioneer squads. Pioneers will be overwhelmed by the US engineers, but that engineer is getting ripped apart now, being focus fired down. Good rear ward hits there against that Schimwagen. The Schimwagen may get its engine damage any moment now. And decided to pursue that squad a little bit too much, but the Schimwagen's going to be backing away. There's some pioneers here for repairs, so it's unlikely the Schimwagen will go down, even with the riflemen now advancing. Over here, we got the Panzer Grenadiers advancing, forcing back the Pioneers. Riflemen falling back as well. And looks like the Rifleman squad will get overwhelmed by these Pioneers.
Kampfgruppen have upgraded defensive operations.
Looks like the Panzer Grenadier player has immediately gone for medics. And the Pioneer squad here will need to fall back relatively soon. Oh, so wounded. The Schimwagen, however, is fully repaired. And these riflemen are pushing back some of these forces now. Panzer Grenadiers are trying to capture the center of the map. Kettengrad is here as well. He's trying to cut off this, well, cut-off point, but it will soon be in not cut off thanks to this point here. And this Pioneer squad will get wiped by the capping squad. Guess you could say he just capped the Pioneer. Put a cap in him. I screwed that one up.
We are losing a sector.
Put up on your right 6.
Panzer Grenadiers are behind this heavy cover. Again, I keep on seeing my model when I look over my other screen winking for some odd reason. Like my eyes are wide open. For the most part, it's getting a bit tired. Even then, it's like on or off, not really in between.
Our munition stores are under attack.
Again, every time I look over there, like if my... I don't understand why... I need to calibrate that damn thing.
Contact! Engaging forward elements!
Engineers are engaging, does fully pin that Flamer squad there with the squad down south, as this other one's getting focused down quite severely. This one needs to fall back as well, being pinned. He won't be able to recover anytime soon. That squad will get fully wiped there. Schimwagen's engaging. Got the support of an MG42 here, suppressing both these squads immediately. Does get a flame reverse there, getting some good damage on these forces. And these riflemen now have bar upgrades, so we've got bar upgraded riflemen streaming on in past, and the MG42 has repacked on up, but will get flanked by more and more riflemen squad. That MG42 will need to do a full retreat there, and even then he'll likely get fully wiped because there's another rifleman squad here with bars upgrade. I think the other player just got his bars up as well, so they've got a massive power advantage in the US players. Lots of bars. I'll take mortar. That's a lot of bar riflemen. A lot of bar riflemen there. Kriegsberg being deployed on out. We do have the Panzer Command and wait, Panzer Support Command. I clicked on the wrong one first. Well, we see a Panzer IV C, but he says he's going for mortar. Who's actually the one who said he's going for mortar? I forget.
Orders complete. Squad ready to deploy.
Oh, it's going to be singing in the rain, though. Multiple squads have been upgraded with G43s. He has 3 G43s, perhaps the 4th one as well. Could upgrade it. Oh, yep, all 4 have been upgraded G43s. All of these squad riflemen could do a massive amount of suppressive fire to help stop the movement on these squads, but he's doing some great focus firing there. One rifle squad is being danced around, does fall back. Mass retreat coming on out. Some of these Panzer Grenadiers getting suppressive fired by the riflemen. And the suppressive fire is starting to spread a little bit as well. M242 is being set on up. Maybe a good idea for the Wehrmacht player to get a casualty recovery bunker so he can be able to siphon the casualties from both him and his ally. Mortar half-track has employed on out. Do got something employed out here. It looks like looks like there's a light AT half-track employed from the other one as well. They're perhaps a bit worried about a motor pool Greyhound potentially, but both of the US players are going for supply yards. Of course, you need supply yards in order to get to the motor pool. AT half-track has been employed now. It's more of a counter unit rather than a good aggressive unit. Riflemen, however, are streaming up north. Blob some more. And those Panzer Grenadiers will manage to escape on out of there. Again, my model's saying I'm winking when I'm not. Riflemen now advancing, getting some good damage around the G43s. Light half-track is pitching some shots in. G42 is advancing as well. Got some good focus fire there on the Rifleman squad. And they all got some in light cover, but that's about it. And now got the MG42 rotating around. Should be able to help suppress these squads, no problem. Both of them do get suppressed there. And now the mortar half-track may get a good hit or two. Pioneers are charging on in, does fall back with both of those squads. Got a camouflage anti-tank gun here. Light half-track is firing some shots in, but will do it poorly. We may see a sticky bomb there. Good hit there by the light half-track. And getting a second hit there.
Attention, the enemy advances.
And he actually gets a third kill there. Very interesting. Light half-track is now, so far, seems like 100% accurate. Wow, that's being pretty lucky there.
Kampfgruppe is losing a munitions depot to the enemy.
Over here, we've got paratroopers. So one of the US players has actually gone for paratroopers.
We are now
and that flamethrower seems awfully golden. I don't know why. Oh. So, yeah, it looks like a landmine has been detonated. Looks like some pioneers got wiped out by it. Riflemen are behind that pile of hay, which is pretty good heavy cover there. And I think the light half-track actually bounces off of these. Up north, we've got the airborne squad falling away from the G43s. He's blobbing up his G43 since he's fighting against blobs, which once you start blobbing, his opponent starts blobbing. Maybe somebody should start pulling out some Goliaths. It is possible for the Panzer Elite player to deploy out Goliaths to the munitions half-track. And I think maybe as well from the Vampire half-track. multiple flamers pushing their way forward. This Panzer Grenadier, however, is severely wounded. No suppressive fire ability. Looks like the Panzer Grenadiers are being forced to fall back. Just a bit too much mass for them to fight against.
We can now booby trap buildings to confound the enemy.
So the Panzer Elite player has gone for Scorched Earth. All of his Panzer Grenadiers escape out of that engagement. So now let's switch to the Panzer Elite Wehrmacht player. Nothing there. He has gone for battle phase here. So maybe some Panzer IVs or Ostwinds. Probably Panthers. Knights Crossholders. Things that sort. US player has not deployed anything just yet. Of course, we have seen him gone for Airborne as well. In the middle, we do have the Flame Engineers advancing. Another squad of Airbornes are being deployed now, so he's going for 2 Airborne. He's asking his teammate to deploy out much more MG42.
Paratroopers on point.
Good hit there by the mortar, very nice. Suppressing and doing significant amount of damage there. Light TF track has gone to 9 kills so far. That light TF track's getting more kills than I usually expect. It's like 100% accurate, jeez. Didn't get a kill there, but still, 11 kills. Asking why he doesn't have any armored cars. Saying the armor cars doesn't really work against blobs. And he's saying, are you kidding? Light TF track is severely wounded. Now he's just asking to make more MG42s. So a little bit incohesion between these two Axis players. We've got G43s. Did some great damage there onto that. Ooh, frag grenade throw. Relatively good. Does wipe out one of the squads there. He does have 4-man squad upgrades as well. I do like seeing that upgrade. We may see another grenade here. The paratroopers, of course, can throw grenades without research. And it looks like he is focusing fire down the riflemen. Overall, the Allies have captured the right or northern side of the map, so it'll take a bit of time to recapture them all up. He does still have the Captain Grad here.
Berlin by Christmas.
Don't never say capture it by Christmas or take it by Christmas. You need to start queuing up all these capture points. US players going to stream in some reinforcements. Says he's got the sector now. Keep perhaps a MG42. There's some good heavy cover here, some heavy cover here. Right here, probably best to do a bunker. Level 1 production just got researched there by the US player.
Got our flamethrower.
And a flamethrower. Can he take the pack back? Looks like he's dropped a pack somewhere. Yes, right there. Though it's not critical at this point in time because it's not any armor assets. And looks like the MG42, multiple MG42s are being placed in the northern sectors, and they're going to be very, very useful.
We have the objective.
And more paratroopers? Okay, this airborne player is just blobbing up like crazy. I know the airborne tends to pull out a lot of infantry, but this is sort of ridiculous.
Point captured.
And he can't really blob. Well, he said beforehand, oh, armor cars not very effective versus these blobs. But in actuality, there's a lot of reports rifles. Suppressed whole group there. I'm not sure what explosion was there. What was there? Plus man and mortar. Getting some good hits there. Very nice. Is there sector artillery? Let's switch over to... I see sector artillery has been called on in, so likely there is sector artillery up here. But it does have pushing forward with engineers and riflemen still. And this is not from the airborne player, so it's getting flanked up there. And in the center of the map, I saw something got decrewed, which is a pack gun. And And the MG42 does go down. Booby trap is activated, so one right in front of us. No response there, and he may actually lose that squad. No, he does not. And his Spanish Grenadiers will get overwhelmed. They're fighting a whole lot of infantry. Both players just massing infantry. Yeah, just infantry. They're just spamming infantry. I think something may have got wiped there.
Hell of a long way from home.
Panzer Grenadiers will get overwhelmed. They do get the suppressive fire put onto them, and they will fall back. The metal squads are fighting and how much they're charging. It may be a good idea to get STGs on some of these squads. Well, some of these VPs are being captured on up.
One less point for the fucking hunt.
And here comes the blob. And once again, late response, and we've got sector artillery raining on in as well. Here's some landmines there.
Enemy stands at 300 points.
Kaliningrad and Volks and Panzer Grenadiers making their advance. Still a large blob of infantry forces here. Ostwind has been deployed now. That's exactly what they need. But there are multiple recoilless rifle squads here. Multiple hits of recoilless rifles do connect 3. So the next volley could potentially wipe out the Ostwind. He needs vehicle veterancy, that's for sure. He definitely needs veterancy as well. And multiple recoilless rifles takes out the Ostwind. He can use a Birkentiga to recover it. Mortar does get a great hit there. Warframe and Barrage raining on in, but it's a bit late for it. Does splash some of the models, but that's about it. Hellcat's being deployed on out. And we do got some more booby traps being deployed on out.
To all units, light vehicles may now advance and capture territory.
Let's see, what doctrine? Hasn't decided yet. Okay. Doesn't want to go for terror, for propaganda. Even though propaganda would be pretty effective, but doesn't want to go for it.
I've seen enough killing to last me 10 lifetimes.
Do have armor as well. No, Flak 88's a poor idea because that's supposed to depot has been by now. Of course, we do see an Hellcat.
What do you need?
Enemy unit down.
Kaliningrad does not finish the booby trap there. Rifleman charging on 4 does spot the mortar half-track. Mortar half-track has 8 kills at the moment. And we may see the suppressive fire ability there on the retreat. Nope, just gets wiped out. Either way, Ned Brown ripping them apart. 30 cal has been pulled out onto this building. And here are more airborne stuff. I think that's supply packages. Howdy. Panzer does get fired. Panthers are making their way forward. The Hellcat easily goes down. 30 cal does get overwhelmed. Lots of suppression there from that 30 cal, however. Riflemen making their charge forward. Thank you for the follow statement live. Lots of suppression coming on in, but we've got sector artillery also raining on in. Rifleman does get one sticky bomb there onto the Panthers. It's going to take a lot more sticky bombs to take them out. Here comes a Warfman barrage somewhere. And largely missing. Does get a good hit there, but not really though. This Panther could push his charge forward. I don't know why. I feel like a crush could be possible. Mortar does rain on in. He's still trying to get more sticky bombs off, but that Panther's far from dead. And we've got those forces now falling back.
Calliope rocket battery available.
Calliopes are ready to deploy. First Calliope.
Armored cab ready to take the field.
3 Corvus rifles, 1 more airborne. I guess that was not supply drops, I heard. It was actually more airborne. How many airborne squads? How? Just blobbing up. And he had to lose that Ostwind. I think he's redeploying out Ostwind. He definitely does need it. That's not the right player. Or Knight's Crossholder. He has. This will be a second Knight's Crossholder. And so far, the Wehrmacht player is the only one who has not selected Doctrine just
Assault
yet.
reserves are ready to deploy.
And I say that, and all of a sudden, Assault Reserves are now available. Some Stews wouldn't be half bad as either. They're a pretty good anti-blobbing tool. Panther fully repaired. This Panther, however, is quite wounded now. Calliope Barrage raining on in, getting some good damage all across the line. Panther, however, backed himself into a corner, literally, and gets taken out.
Attention! The enemy advances!
Those have got nice crossholders making their advance. These Repulse Rifles trying to push them way forward. Will get some damage there. The Knights Crossholders will be able to get some good damage in from the high ground. Bit of heavy cover there from the Carcass. Berkantiga, of course, can recover it. Mortar gets a good hit there. And Booby Trap here. No response there, but the explosion going out wide. See, is that Ostwind Carcass still alive? Yes. So a Berkantiga can recover Ostwind and a Panther. Booby Trap may get interrupted. And over here, we've got Rifleman now pouring into the center of the map. That is a nice crossholder, not an MG42. And it looks like the, of course, the Flamer squad can't reach the Knights Crossholders. Just reinforcing, healing, all that stuff. And the Riflemen now pouring on forward, trying to engage these Volksgrenadiers, and will force them back. Oh, there's actually a pair of landmines there by the US player as well. Stormtroopers eyeing for STG-44s. And it looks like two of the models are still being revealed. And does utilize the stun grenades. Very nice. Those stun grenades do fly out far, stunning that whole group. That may have been the best stun grenades I've seen. Get some good damage across the line, though they're a little bit slowed at the moment, not sure why. And here comes the Calliope Barrage, knocking around this entire force. Looks like two Calliopes are raining on in. That's a lot of damage on these forces. No squad wipes, but he will survive. Panzergrenadiers now charging forward. There is getting some G43 fire onto the heavy machine gun, but there's still a whole mess of riflemen here. Ooh, sector artillery now raining on in. Does get a direct hit there. Booby Trap has been triggered right there. Airborne do fall away. Infantry is still streaming on around the northern flank. Warfman Barrage raining in late. At this point, maybe a good idea to just keep Panzergrenadiers up north. These guys were using fired up. The Knights Crossholders are trying to engage these paratroopers, meaning to get a little bit closer. Actually, there's some heavy cover there. So the paratroopers were actually in heavy cover that entire time. Frag grenade thrown by the paratroopers that largely missed. And the Knights Crossholders do fall back. The tickets are still in heavy favor towards the Allies.
Out of a grateful fatherland and glorious struggle.
He definitely needs a bed 3 infantry.
Present this iron cross.
At this point, maybe even some MP40 Volks would be half bad. Calliope Barrage rained on in. And as I just mentioned that, maybe some MP40 Volks, and all of a sudden there's MP40 Volks. Paratroopers are trying to capture some of these points, but however, both of them do have booby traps. So if he's paying attention, he may not be paying attention to this guy. Again, the explosions go out wide. He does fall back. He needs to get that VP starts going. They don't have a whole lot of VPs at the moment. If a double capture against them, they need to start playing for the VP game more so. here. 30 cal inside this garrison. Very wounded, however. Stun grenades being deployed by the Knights Crossholders. Does get some good suppression there. And throws out more stun grenades, tracking down this guy. Gets some suppression there as well. Stormtroopers are still camouflaged. And this is our uncamouflaging these forces here. Okay, he says he has almost soon, but just needs population room. More stun grenades, does get a squad wipe there. 30 cal has been deployed on out. Knights Crossholder needs to fall back from frag grenade thrown. He has some great damage all across the line. Decides to fall back for all these forces. They're all quite wounded as well. They need to be all there to engage these forces. You can't just leave one squad behind. They're just going to get ripped apart. Got a Pio. No, he does not. Good suppression across the line by this MG42, because airborne units can fire it up to ignore the suppression. And that is a Panther Najdu. And does throw a frag grenade there with the airborne squad. Does force him back there. Stormtroopers, fresh Stormtroopers being upgraded STG into Panther Shrek. That's a bit unusual. You don't usually see mixed squads like that. Maybe that's a misclick. Calliope just trying to soften up the Panther. Oh, was that a bombing run?
Unit
Or
down.
recon run? I don't think that was a strafing run, but the Knights Crossholder fully got wiped there, so maybe that was a strafing run. Oh, Stormtroopers just need to fall back. Here, booby trap there. Does avoid it. Ooh, great stun grenades there. The J-33 squad's making their way forward. We do have a Sherman tank deployed on out. Panther is still alive, but a bit wounded. And getting some good damage all across the line.
Com system in order.
Airborne squads are falling on back, which at this point has been scorched, destroyed, needs time to repair it. And looks like some supplies being recovered. He could get some mortars and some 30 cals. Have plenty to give to his teammate as well. So Blitzkrieg Assault has been selected. He's not going for Tiger Tank. He's probably eyeing the Manpower Blitz, which could be very useful at this point in time. He does need manpower to help engage those blobs. Sherman Tank has been upgraded with 50 cal. And Panther does roll a miss there. Good hit there on to the Stormtrooper. Here comes some Warframe barrages, but outright missing and pretty accurate right there. No levels of efficiency either. It looks like a strafing run did come forward over here. He still has a Stormtrooper here and a Volksgrenadier. The Stormtrooper is fresh, no upgrades either. And more Calliope barrages raining on in. This point is not repaired either. 30 cal still somehow alive. MG42 is being deployed in the center of the map, helping engage these blobs. Speaking about blobs, that's quite a bit of force there. 3 airborne, 2 MG or 30 cals, 2 riflemen, and a flamer engineer. This point was scorched. He is starting to repair it up now. Both these or one of them is just being repaired. Fired up was utilized. Does throw a frag grenade there, wiping out the MG42. Stormtroopers are making advances to the mixed combat squad. And all these guys are now exhausted. Sherman Tank has backed off a bit. Booby Trap has been activated. This one here. And he has recruited this MG42 suppressing these forces. This is the full STG squad making his advance now. Getting some good hits there onto the airborne. Does throw some stun grenades on the Stormtroopers. An aircraft does charge up forward. Got shot down by something. Panther receiving quite a bit of fire right there as these SCGs started making their advance all across the front line. The Panther model is actually still camouflaged because it can't be revealed as long as that Panther's not firing. It does fall back with all those squads up north. We still have a defensive Panzer Grenadier, which is a good idea. Perhaps stick behind the heavy cover. Is he going to scorch that point? Yep. Called it. Good workman hit there.
Target destroyed.
And that was a medic going down. This medic's charging on forward, trying to cover a casualty as well.
Storm squad ready.
Relatively fresh stormtrooper.
Warriors ready for duty.
Just a little bit wounded. No kills.
Lights cross here.
Yeah, ready.
He said, okay, he does have a Humo out as well, so it looks like he did find the population room. Let's take a quick look at the Panzer League player. Yep, he does have a bit of population room. He does have sector artillery available if he needs to call it in. We've got Grenadiers here with 2 Panther Shreks, but they're also severely wounded. Does fire one shot, rolls a miss. And we got long-barreled 76mm. And there goes the Grenadier. So these are long barrel 76mm, so he should be able to be much more resilient than spamming out M10s, but not a lot of targets for them. We've got 2 Hummels out, actually, and a Panther, and a mortar half-track. Not really something you really need long-barreled 76s. Short-barreled ones would have been fine, as well as be able to gauge infantry a bit better. Does suppress that squad there, very nice, which is worked great with that score, sure. Very, very good placement there. And that's likely going to be a dead rifleman there with that other G43 squad. But let's get fully pinned there by the strafing round, saving that rifleman. Does throw in Incendiary Grenade there in that garrison, and these guys going to be charging on forward. He does, of course, have 2 Hummels to barrage anything that advance. Panther gets good hits there. Mortar half-track does go down. Maybe wanted to lose that one to free up some population room, but does have now 20 population space open. Hummel. Looks like Hummel's raining on over here. No, that's a workman. He does dodge that one. And more airborne forces, or maybe just reinforcing.
Attention, the enemy advances. An enemy unit has fallen to our might.
Panthers makes way forward, making some good hits there onto this MG. Has captured MG42. And overall, multiple points being captured north by the Allies. So, 2 long barrel 76s. And down south, we've got Volksgrenadier captured the southern points. Very nice.
That's one more kill marker.
So the Panther does claim the 30 cal. Not 30 cal, that's actually captured MG42. And these riflemen squad will get overwhelmed by the Panzer Grenadiers. He may throw a frag grenade there by their airborne. And does utilize the sprint ability there. Very good dodge there. I'm not sure if he realized that the strafing run was coming in, but that sprint did allow him to avoid the strafing run. I think he was just trying to do that to avoid the grenades, but incendiary grenades are thrown, and that was a good frag. Drop the bar there, but that incendiary effect is still burning these forces. These guys are all pretty wounded. Long barrel 76s will find the mixed stormtrooper. And the stormtrooper will fall back. Looks like maybe within 1 or 2 hits there.
Excellent job, man. Your skills are improving.
Calliope raining on in, trying to stop the capture of this VP. The point does get decaptured. Medics getting wiped out as well. Another booby trap has been triggered. And no response there. That's going to be a deadly hit. Good hits there on those stormtroopers.
Kampfgruppe is losing a munitions depot to the enemy.
Sherman takes making an advance, does receive a good hit there as well. Panther's rolling on forward, a full health Panther. Global repairs haven't activated. The AT gun does get a good hit, but it looks like they're splitting the fire a little bit. And now they're starting to rotate the gun. Panther's trying to get another shot off, but it may destroy the engine there, but immediately gets repaired. AT gun does a good hit there as well. Global, I have got the auto mortar machine being activated now. He's going to pass this into the other one. Might as well keep this one dead. And does go down there. Does get replaced.
Once again.
Up north, we've got the Panzer Grenadiers engaging these airborne forces. We've got, of course, the STG squad here out as well. 30 cal does get some suppression there. Maybe throw an incendiary grenade right there, but needs to avoid that 30 cal, that's for sure. Pair of frag grenades thrown by the airborne forces. Calliope Radion here. And Hummel is trying to get a barrage there. It does wipe out one of the airborne as they were trying to fire it up over here rather than down south with the other buddies. 30 cal eyeing to get some suppression in as well. And got another 30 cal being deployed on forward, being recruited by riflemen. Hummel gets a direct hit there on those airborne forces, getting a full squad wipe there. And the follow-up shot nearly wiped the other squad as well. I think that 30 cal, yeah, 30 cal went down as well. Did he seriously just lose 4 squads there? Ooh. 9 kills, 1 kill. Panzer Grenadiers definitely got some skills there as well, but finds a landmine there. Ooh. Looks like Sherman team coming to respond. That Stormtrooper is severely wounded. These forces need a lot of healing, that's for sure. Panther here, Hummel here. And now we've got a fresh Stu. And Stu, of course, a good anti-blobbing tool. The airborne forces have been blobbing quite a bit.
Morale is dropping as we hit 100 points.
And that's not good. Double capture against them, below 100 tickets. The Axis players really need to start fighting for the VPs more aggressively. And so far, a slow bleed against them. That Rifleman squad does have a Panther Strike there, does throw a stick bomb out there while the Panzer Grenadiers are making their advance, getting some great damage there onto the Panther. It does deactivate that point, scorched it before retreating back.
Enemy unit eradicated.
76mm making their advance, getting some good hits there on the Panther. The Panther's almost down, so is this Pack 38. Global repairs haven't activated. They need to focus their fire because it's really hard for them to get a kill there on if you don't focus fire. Multiple Stormtroopers are deployed on now. There are actually 2 mixed squads there. 2 Panzerix and 2 STGs. Not 2 of those squads. Oh, the third one's just up here with STGs. Does lose that one entirely. He could keep these guys around a little bit longer since he has allied war machine. But he's getting some good hits there on the Sherman tanks, and he will back off now. No point trying to let them pine out and lose one by accident. Excuse me, getting some hiccups.
Ready to redeploy.
This point is being repaired up, but slowly. Oh, that is a Stu I'm hearing. I don't know why. Sometimes it sounds like a Tiger tank. Patrick does connect. Second Patrick does connect. I think folks are going to be here. Maybe Iron Far Panzer Palace, but those Calliopes. Oh, holy crap! 2 squad wipes are there. I think 2 Stormtroopers went down. What did he say about blobbing? He's not wrong. But he said somebody will destroy Calliope. No, Calliopes are still alive. One of them is Veteran C3. And these airborne forces are quite wounded as well. Looks like he's activating sprint now. Maybe eyeing for a Incendiary Grenade, or maybe just trying to avoid the 30 cal. Airborne starting
The
to
enemy
reinforce.
is
Does take out the
weakening
30
even
cal
now.
entirely, and since they're packed up in time, they does get fully destroyed. Not like he really wants to get a 30 cal in at this point anyways. Maybe could use this 30 cal. He does have a 4-man squad upgrades.
Heavy Panther ready.
That 2 Panther does, of course, have the Pinto mount now. Good hit there onto the Panther as well. Pretty healthy still. Eyeing to hunt down some of these Sherman tanks.
An enemy
No
unit has
landmines in the
fallen to
region.
our might.
Calliopes are not down south. There looks like they're back at base, based on the mini-map. And this 30 cal still engaging these Panzer Grenadiers, who are actually capturing the point rather than trying to disable it.
Stand by for target. Comm system in order.
Good damage there onto the Panther.
Ready for orders.
And these Sherman tanks getting some great rear armor hits there, circling around the 76mm, making them a bit more reliable, of course, engaging the Panther. This one's, however, severely wounded, doesn't use Allied War Machine just yet, nor global repairs, and that Sherman tank will go down.
The enemy's standard do not stand a chance against our superior
Up
fighting
north, both these
capabilities.
points being captured by airborne forces, and the Panther is going to make its way back. There's a Pantrax here, as well as Peninsula Sticky Bones. Warfman Barrage raining on in. We've got global Allied War Machine activated, so it looks like this one was actually recovered. This carcass here. And now that Warfman half-track is starting to get hit. And I don't think he's responding just in time. Almost, it does get the machine gun down there. Heavy machine gun, 30 cal set up on the flank. There's a capture against the Axis players. The Axis players do have the central VP captured. It's not. Ooh, I saw that Hummel. Hummel's getting some great hits in. 30 cal, however, will suppress these forces. The airborne are trying to avoid the damage so we can get some reinforcements. And that Hummel barrage takes out that other rifleman or airborne. And the Panzer League player will manage to capture up the northern flank. Over here, riflemen charging forward. We got camouflage stormtroopers, Iron Fist, some stun grenades. Getting some great stun across the board. MP40 Volks getting some good damage as well. I think that was a Stu. No, that's sector artillery. Multiple stun grenades still coming on in. And Calliope Barrage now raining on in, hitting these
The enemy is
Hummels.
seizing our territory.
The carcass is still there, and this carcass is still here, so those carcasses still can be recovered by a Bergantiga. Sherman tank gets the decrew there on the Pack 38, and the sector artillery gets a direct hit there on top of the Sherman tank. And there's no music playing, so let's go and switch. There you go, music. Bergantiga can also be used to cover the half-track. And we do have a Stu here, so there's a lot of possibilities for a Stu or Stug, one or two. So there's actually a lot of possibility for a Bergantiga to cover up casualties. They'll probably put them at pop cap. Do we see any more casualties up here? Nope, don't see any up here. Rifleman squad are falling on the back. We got, looks like maybe another mixed combat squad or just a single Panzerschreck. This guy actually does have double Panzerschreck, so he's replaced a lot of his stormtroopers with just Panzerschrecks and as well. Perhaps trying to avoid those Sherman tanks. Ooh. More and more artillery raining on in. Calliope's raining on in as well. The central VP is captured. Looks like Panzer Grenadiers just camping points up north. I do see a vehicle up north. It looks like a Sherman 76. And more Calliope barrage raining on in. Still got a Vet 3 Panzer Grenadier. Maybe I'll decrew this AT gun and perhaps also some of these 30 cal. Fresh 30 cal. Yep, AT gun does go down. Got more casualties being recovered. And sector artillery does destroy the AT gun entirely. He will manage to, nope. Yes, he will avoid the 30 cal there with the Panzer Grenadiers. Still no more Ostwind. I like Ostwind. Stormtroopers camouflaging forward, decides to uncamouflage for the time being. Oh, hello. Sorry I didn't see your message earlier. Got too focused in. Yep, Stormtroopers camouflaging forward, eyeing perhaps to hunt down Calliopes. Sherman tanks are heading up north. Calliopes are right here. Now, are they Calliopes or Calliopes? I hear them both.
MG-42 reporting.
MG, ready.
MG-42. If he hadn't announced himself enough. Recon run. Does get shot down by the base MGs. These base MGs are getting 2 vehicles killed. Oh, was that a bombing run?
Our base is under attack.
Bombing run did come on in, but it didn't do a whole lot to the Fumo. Over here, Sherman tanks now making their advance. 3 Sherman tanks going across the road. No landmines into the base. And we do got this Vet 3 Panther here, but this Humo may go down. There's 3 Humos in total, and only 1 Panther. Now Humo's carcass will likely get crushed. Yeah, Humo carcass does get crushed, so a Brigadier cannot recover it. What if we see AT grenades? Panther Vet 3 defense make it very, very indestructible. Or partially destructible. Boot trap has been triggered. Allied War Machine has, of course, been activated. And it does avoid these booby traps. And we do have a Bergantiga. It's going to be covering this carcass there. The Allswing carcass did get destroyed at one point in time. Maybe salvaged. Sector artillery are now raining on in. MG-42's having flank, things have fired up. Does throw a grenade there. And does throw a grenade there as well. But here comes the sector artillery getting some direct hits there onto the airborne. PAC-38 does get destroyed entirely. And now the triple capture against the Axis players. It's not very good. And sector artillery nailed his own, his teammates' MG. Both MGs are down now. And center we got Vet 3 Panther charging forward. Stormtroopers have pushed very far in, but they've received lots of suppression all across the front line. This observation post may go down. Calliope's trying to rain on in on top of the Stormtroopers. These guys need to fall back, perhaps. Even this guy's getting spread, splashed by the large spread that direction. These guys need to fall back, I'll say. They're just way too wounded. Destroyed engine there, but Global Repairs has repaired the engine. This damaged engine there on this Panther. Destroyed engine once again. Has a damaged engine. And does get the Calliope. This one is still full health. That's going to stay alive. Stormtroopers are still in the region. Main gun destroyed, so that Panther is definitely going down. Stormtroopers here fall back. This one is eyeing the casualty recovery bunker. Says there's a Panther truck available. Where's this Panther truck? Humo barrage raining on in. Axis players have neutralized the cap. This Panzer Grenadiers have to stick here. It's a STG-40 squad. So the STG-44 could help camp that front bit better. And now there's also a Pershing here, so we've got 3 Shermans and a Pershing and a Calliope. Blue has deployed out Tiger Tank, but has no levels of veterancy. There's 1 level of veterancy. He may want to eye getting a manpower blitz into a Panther tank. Or Panzer IV. Just something to shoot armor. Getting veterancy 2 now. He has manpower blitz, best use it. Start deploying out everything, because there's a whole lot of Shermans and a Pershing here. Does have an AT gun here, does lose his Volksgrenadier. He still has his Stormtroopers. And he is not splitting his fire, but the Tiger Tank is receiving lots of fire here. Vet 3 Long Barrel 76, it can be very deadly. Does get destroyed engine or damaged engine crit. maybe some Yellow Panthers lying around somewhere, because he did have the Bergantiga out on the field. And Tiger Tank will actually stay alive. Cali Barrage trying to finish it off. And AT Gun does find a hit there, but there goes the Tiger Tank. If the Bergantiga is still alive, the Tiger Tank can be recovered, and potentially he could deploy out a second Tiger Tank in that case. Wait a second. There's the Tiger Tank. I don't know why I was kept on looking at the wrong one. Bergantiga right there, asking to repair, I think, the Tiger Tank. Infantry all across the line, repairing up the central VP. You have some STGs on these Stormtroopers, but mostly Pantrix looks like. Or I think these are two mixed squads in one Pantrix squad. Hummel does get a good hit there on the infantry, and got some stun grenades being thrown. But if he's able to recover the Tiger Tank, he would have the ability to deploy out 2 Tiger Tanks. Actually, no. He needs to deploy the Tiger Tank first and then recover it. And I would definitely go for 2 Tiger Tanks just for the... Just say you can. Not so sure if that's the exact right decision, but I would do that. Because with Manpower Blitz there, he can immediately get the manpower for it. Doesn't get the point disabled there, trying to stall the game, immediately starts repairing it. Yep, so you will have 2. Yes, do it. He's starting to recover the Tiger Tank. And he's not. I'm not sure if he deployed the Tiger Tank or not. Doesn't look like it. Nope, he's not going for double Tiger Tank, even though he could easily go for it. Good hits there onto the MG. And the point has been repaired. Asking for repairs, very nice. He has not used the manpower blitz. Come on now. Could have got 2 Tigers. Ooh, there goes the airborne, and the point gets disabled. With that hit there, he could actually decapture it to reset the progress, to see the progress still there.
We are losing territory.
He has not really used the manpower blitz, has he?
The enemy has 300 points.
Central VP is being repaired. Got multiple walking Stukas now being deployed out. And here comes the barrage there. The Panthers are seeing lots of fire. So is the Panther Endears, but that's mostly from the Sherman Pershing. Panthers are seeing lots of fire there. The Panther will likely go down. Main gun destroyed. And goes down to the AT gun. Tiger Tank has the engine now repaired. And now focus on the carcass because now they know about the Bergantiga. The carcass does fully go down. The Bergantiga needs to not really push far forward. The point does get captured. And the, was that AT gun there, does get decrewed. And fully destroyed. Bergantiga, maybe he's just trying to get rid of it. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with it at the moment. Maybe a really heavy armored scout. Tiger Tank's now advancing is... Wait. Okay, he's not repairing up the... That's the Sherman tank, that's just global repairs. Yep, I think he's just trying to sacrifice the Bergantiga just to absorb some shots. There's too many Sherman tanks here. There's also Vet 3 one, so that can penetrate the frontal armor, no problem. And we've also got some repulsor rifles shots onto the rear armor. Tiger Tank just needs to fall back. It's way overwhelmed. Does get damage into there. The Bergantiga is going to try to repair the engine as best as it can. Bergantiga does go down. Tiger Tank will likely go down. Does get a main gun destroyed crit there, but one does lose a stormtrooper there.
Grateful fatherland.
And he's sacrificing all his stormtroopers.
In turn.
Vet 3 tanks have been deployed.
The enemy is
And the
seizing our
Panther's likely
territory.
going down. Yep, Panther will go down. I swear, I feel like the X players may have threw it at the last moment. I genuinely believe that second Tiger tank would have been great. Because that would have been a lot of frontal armor to help engage all this armor. Something a lot of heavy frontal targets, not getting a couple Warframens. The Warframens, you get one shot and that's it. A second Tiger tank would provide much more sustain. Does the X tank deploy there while it's capturing it up? I swear, I think the Wehrmacht players sort of just threw the game. They could still potentially won the game, but now, not so much. Warframen were a horrendous choice at this point in time. They needed front line, not back line. The Hummels were doing great for the artillery. 2 more Panthers being deployed on out. Yeah, Fireworker 5 kills. This one has 44 kills on a Hummel.
Base is taking fire.
The Hummel will get focused down, no problem. We're going to get now gone. Main gun destroyed, and there goes the Hummel. I guess the problem is with the armored cars, there was a lot of recoilless rifles. The armored cars were not guaranteed against recoilless rifles.
Boats, grenadiers, and ready.
I'll say the Panzer IV C probably would have been a good option against those blobs. A bit more durable and have good AoE. I also got some smoke being launched out by one of those Sherman tanks. But overall, these Panthers are going to get ripped apart by these armored forces. It does go keep on there on the wounded one. It does go down, and the rifleman gets immediately 2 levels of efficiency on that. Looks like the artillery is now raining on in. Another pair of Panthers have been deployed now. Man, he must have a lot of manpower stored up. And looks like the... Wait a second. This US player, the airborne player, has actually been taken over by an AI. And there was no lag spikes there. I wonder if he actually quit the game himself rather than actually being lagged out. Sherman tank will get focused down there. So the XS players still could potentially win since fighting against an AI is not so great. The AIs are sort of just sticking around there for the time being. All those Sherman tanks went down. There's a lot of munitions at the salvage for the Wehrmacht player now. Main gun destroyed there. Vet 3 Pershing could potentially go down. And there goes the Pershing. Holy crap, will the Axis players actually potentially win? And the AI are not doing anything. I could have sworn it felt like the Allies were going to win that game. Am I going crazy? Was I mistaken? What just happened? I generally don't see what
They defended the
just went.
fatherland until the death.
What just exactly happened? The Allies basically won the game. I guess he pushed too far forward with the Sherman tanks, but the other one just backed out of the game? Because I could have sworn not going for the second Tiger tank would really done them in. And he seemed like he's not gone for a single manpower blitz, so no extra Panthers or Panzer IVs to support the armor fights. Now they have to... They both dropped, yeah. And that's game. What just happened? Either way, that's Angrade saying thank you for watching and signing off. And that's going to be covering our last stream or that will be the last replay for today's stream. I'm getting exhausted. So everyone have